Boom. Welcome to the RTM podcast show. Young Spray, Big Bad Spray. Here with my co-host, Queen Icecream.
Hi everyone.
You already know. And I've got a special guest today. Man like Rio Ferdinand in the place. I'm only joking. They say Michael Dapper's thing, you get me? But yeah, big up Rio though, that's my dog still. But make them know we made you know about H-Star Rio. But yeah, not Rio today. We got Marvin Herbert, big bro.
Herbert, come on,
I mean?
my family.
Real G, you get me? But real XG. But yeah, so we're gonna get into today's show. First of all, sorry Marv, but I've got to apologise for the last show. Obviously I've been getting bare comments like, oh, you should have let her speak, you talk too much. And I was cutting out Coel. But basically she was my cousin.
Okay.
And they didn't know this, so it's just like a big cuz talking to a little cuz, and she talks a lot. And he was like, oh, I don't know about podcasts. This is just me starting. So I didn't know that you just let people get on with it. So I was just like, trying to get it in the space of like an hour and a half or something. So yeah, apologies for that. I spoke to Coel today. She's all right. She's not really, it wasn't really nothing like that.
No.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? She felt all right. And so yeah, let's get into today's show. Big Marv. So yeah, obviously I know your story. I know what you're about, but they might not. So where did you start? Like, I don't know, where was you born?
I was born in Liverpool, 1972, in a place called Fazackley. We then moved to Kirby and then to Brownlow Hill. St Andrew's Gardens, on the back of our house was this place called the Bull Ring. We stayed there for a few years and then we moved to Chalk Hill. In
West?
Yeah, around the corner of Chalk Hill.
Local.
Yeah, so I was in Chalk Hill. I was in the stomping ground, running around this place before the stadium was built properly. All the industrial estates was built. It was all like it was like sewage land and like open playing fields and like that. You get all what I do remember of that getting brought out around there was the McVitie's smell. So when I was driving this down, I said to my daughter, I said, open the window, you'll smell the McVitie's biscuit shop. She's like, shut up. I said, open the window.
Yeah.
So she opened the window. Oh,
She could smell the biscuits. They smell so nice.
I remember when it smelled like the cake factory, then you got the canal smell. Do you know what I'm saying? And I remember living on Chalk Hill Estate. I remember going to the annex with my dad. I remember going Church Road with my dad.
It's a bad estate them days, man.
Yeah, it was naughty then. Naughty, you know.
Yeah.
But obviously, because it was a lot of sort of ethnic minorities, mainly Caribbean and Africans, put into one environment, and then around that you had all the white and the Irish and the English, and there was no blacks, no dogs, and no Irish. You know what I mean? So growing up in that environment, we felt safe. And then coming out of that, because then I moved from Chalk Hill to Chalk Farm in Kentish Town, where it was a predominantly white area.
Yeah.
So it was a totally different environment, where in Wembley I was accepted by the African and Caribbean community because I was mixed race. My dad was a prolific figure in the environment because he was a bit of he was a drug dealer. And basically, because he had notoriety, his kids got the little same notoriety sort of thing. So moving over to Kentish Town, where no one knew us, and we were the niggers or the blacks or the half jacks,
The darkies.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It was
Little
It
coos.
was just different. It was different. So in Chalk Hill, I didn't have to fight or make myself stand out or be accepted. I was sort of accepted as one of us. And then
Where did you prefer it? When you came to London or when you was in Liverpool when you was young?
To be honest,
Can you remember Liverpool?
Yeah, I do remember Liverpool. I remember my last fight. I often talk about this. My last fight I had was with a guy called Christopher Ratton. And I had a fight with him over a young girl. I think her name was Emily. I'm not sure. Something like that. And we had a fight in the bin shed over this
whack
girl.
him up?
Yeah, I beat him up. Well, I can't remember whether I beat him up, but I can't ever remember being beaten up. So I'll put it out on my podcast. If anybody has beaten me up, like, contact me, let me know, because I can't ever remember getting beaten up. I remember becoming unstuck when I've had it with firms of people, and I've been stabbed and other people have been stabbed and other people have been hurt and everybody's gone hospital. But if that's a loss, then that's a loss. Do you know what I mean? If one man fighting 5 men and walking away is losing because I got stabbed, then I lost, didn't it? But
yeah, charge it.
I've walked away from everything I've ever got involved in. I've been cut, I've been stabbed, and I've had all the beatings. But I've always felt like I've done all right. I've never felt like, oh, I'm a victim. You know? So moving over to Kentish Town was a place where I was an alien. You know, and it was okay for everybody to call you a nigger, and okay to everyone to call you a black cunt, and it was okay to everybody to tell you to get out of the house or tell you stink. Like, even white people, I used to knock on their door and I weren't even allowed in their house. I mean, like, I'd knock on the door, say, it's David. And say, no, he ain't in. I say, but he's behind you. And then the door would get slammed in my face. So then that was the initial stage of my aggressive development.
What decade was that, sir?
The 70s, that was 78, 79.
Mad like that.
Yeah, it was mad. Like you walk into a pub and they go, "Hey, you little black cunt, get out!" And you'd be like, "All right." Like, and the police will call you a black cunt. Like, people say, that little nigger, and the police will come here, you black cunt. And like,
I think we got the last of it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
I think we got the last of it because I remember even growing up, like Chinkford and all that. We used to have little scuffs with the white boys. We got the last of that. The new generation is like, we're cool now. Yeah, you know, the ones they're white people.
The ignorance is dissipated slightly. Do you know what I'm saying? So whereas ignorance back then was accepted with bliss because we was the unknown sort of anomaly within the environment. Do you know what I'm saying? And then,
is that what made you pick up crime?
Well, it was an escalation really, because the violence was to be noticed and to get accepted and to fit in. So I was quick to fight anybody. I was quick to get involved. I was quick to say, I'll do it. I'll be first. I'll be the man. Because I knew that once you stepped forward and you done something, everybody showed you attention. Yeah. So I was game because of that reason. And the notoriety sort of massaged my ego. And then basically, obviously, my dad was a player. My mum was a sort of confused individual, bringing black kids up in a predominantly racist area. She liked to party a little bit. So there wasn't the best parental support network we had. So when my dad weren't about, because he was a gallist all around the place doing what he's doing, we went without quite a bit. So for me to fit in with the Lyle Scott, the Pringles, the Sheenies, the Feelers, I never had that. So I'm going out with people and I've got to fit in. So it got to a stage, it started with the sweets in the shop, and then Lily Whites for the trainers, because you used to get the 2 pairs of trainers on the shelf in Lily White. So I used to be able to go in there and nick the trainers, both pairs. That means we used to nick the trainers, and then we used to go into the Pringles shop and all the other little shops. We used to go Brent Cross and like just nicking clothes, really, because it was fur and...
Yeah, no, I remember them days.
Yeah, because we started the Untouchables.
Days, but I remember nicking clothes.
In the early 80s, we started the Untouchables, which is a graffiti tagging group, and there was a few of us that started it, and basically we used to go out...
The proper Untouchables, yeah?
Yeah, I started that. Me, Main, Hell, Rizla, Uni, Spotty. I can't remember the rest of them. Evil was George's brother, who died on the train tracks. Jonathan, there was another kid that died in the train track as well. But we used to go out in firms, and because we was a unit, we used to go out and nick clothes, we used to nick drink, we used to nick food, because we was all from the similar sort of backgrounds. I can't say George was, because George's family, he had the family environment. So I was always in George's house with his brothers and his mum and things like that. There was always food in the house. But the rest of us, there was me, Owen, Tetley, Anthony, and Charles. We was just out there. And we used to just go out and basically just rob all our food, rob all our clothes, rob all our bits and pieces. So then I started getting into the clothes then, because it was easy getting the clothes. So that started... Is
this secondary school days?
Nah, this is like just the end of primary school.
I don't know.
Yeah, the end of primary school.
So do you know a school called Chalcott School?
Yeah. I went Chalcott.
My brother went Chalcott.
I got expelled from Chalcott.
Yeah, my brother.
Imagine that. I got expelled from Chalcott.
Why, Marv?
Yeah, because
I just wasn't
that's
that guy.
where the rookie.
I was just too naughty. I couldn't sit in school. I wanted to be out everywhere. I wanted to fight. Yeah. I wanted to I just fought everything and fought everybody. So I went Chalcott, and then I went to the IT, Queen's Crescent IT Intermediate Centre, and then I think it was.
That's
third
like
year or fourth year.
That's your family as well, because it's like I couldn't even dream about being that bad in primary school. how my mum, do you get what I'm trying to say? How my mum used to deal with me, I couldn't even dream about it, man.
Like, we was out there, man. I remember.
Like, my badness started like secondary school. Like,
and the thing is, you see Kentish Town and Camden is so diverse now. You know, like you saying, like
but it was back then as well.
Oh, because it's just like It
was quite. There was a few. There was 2 African families over there that I remember, and then Saint Lucia, Jamaica.
Bare Dominicans.
Yeah. There was
in Northwest.
Yeah, there was a culture. There was a black culture in Kentish Town.
Even Seti Dominican.
Yeah,
this lady.
Yeah,
Mark told me.
And then I heard that you went to Haverstock.
Yeah,
I went to Haverstock. Only for 1 year though.
I same here. Only lasted the first year. I got expelled at the end of the first year.
Did you?
Yeah, for stabbing Miss Jenkins.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I stabbed her with a
Miss
fork.
Jenkins.
What happened?
She basically we was messing about in the canteen in the dinner hall, and then she said something about ethnic. Because I never even heard that word, and I remember ethnic. I thought, who are you calling a black cunt? And she tried to grab me up, so I stabbed her in the hand with a fork. Do you know what I mean? And then she said, get out. She tried to grab me and I stabbed her in the hand. So then it was either get expelled or go to the IT intermediate treatment centre.
Yeah.
So then I took the IT intermediate treatment centre, which is like a PRU now. So I went there. I lasted, I think, 3 years there. And then I sort of got released with qualifications. Right, taking exams. They give you my qualifications, and that's your schooling done. That was it. I was just out there from then.
They just gave it to you.
Yeah,
prison.
We was just at it from young. From I'd say 9, 10, 11 years of age. We was nicking clothes, nicking money. I remember nicking £50 notes off my dad and giving it the big one with all the kids around the flats. But then when I've gone into the sweet shop, the sweet shop man took the £50 notes off me. And I've smashed the shop up. And then the next time my dad's come, he said, yo, you know your son's coming here with these. And my dad's come home like, come here, the belt come off, and I got battered because he knew I'd been nicking off him.
Back in the day, parents just had a way of finding out everything, innit?
So because everyone spoke to each other back in the day.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Even the police officers
if they
used to speak
saw
to
you
your mum.
on the high road after school, they'd tell your mum, like, it was just different.
And that's
how did you end up in prison, bro? When was your first, like, how did you, like, what led to that? Like, what led to that? Like,
the Untouchables.
Okay.
No, because we was just wild, man. We were wild. And basically, it was a thing where, I'd say, up until I was 13, we was out doing madness, just kid stuff. And then 14, we was nicking delivery parcels. And I'll go into this story quickly because, well, when I was 14, this is what changed Marvin Herbert into believing that I was badder than bad. We used to nick. I used to nick all my dad's puff, right, and sell it, like give it to my mates. We used to sell it, right. But we used to nick carrier bags of it because we used to get half a ton, quarter of a ton, tons dropped off and put it in a lockup. And then we do. I don't know how they used to do it, but they used to do what they were doing. And then basically, I used to go in the shed and nick all bags of gear and then give it to my mates. We used to sell it to the old lot. And then basically one day, me and my three or four mates, I can't remember exactly how many of us was in the bedroom, but we'd had a parcel of jeans off a van, and we were in my room sorting them all out. Because around Carnival, because my dad had...
Was it baggies or straights them times?
They were straights, yeah. Straight. Baggies come out at the end of the 80s.
Oh.
Start of the 90s.
Yeah, the late 80s. Like 87, 88, 89.
I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to lie. I still have my bullet holes around 92.
Yeah.
I swear I had my bullet holes around 91, 92. Can't remember.
And then basically we're in the room one day, and basically when we used to nick all his puff, and then round Carnival time, because they cut up all the drawer into drawers, yeah, my dad used to do, like, give parcels to people all around North West London.
Where's your dad from?
Barbados.
Small island.
Bayesian Barry. But everyone in Stonebridge knows him. Everyone in Wembley knows him.
He from Barbados?
Yeah, Barbados. I see them all last night. Yeah. I see them all down there last night. You sound like a northerner, mate. You know what I mean? Anyway.
So here's a cream, man.
So we're in the bedroom, and my dad's turned up. Now he thinks my mum has nicked his graft. So he's battering my mum. Do you know what I mean? And I'm in my room with my pals, and I'm like, bruv, it's my mum. Come on, man. Yeah. And they're like, Marv, man, because my dad was 6'4" and he was a lump. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, in comparison to most men at that era, and he was slim. He was a boxer and a footballer. So then I'm like, come on, man, we got to do something. We got to do this. It's my mum. And then they was like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I remember having a 16 or 19 inch bayonet and a couple of baseball bats and a couple of other things. So I said, come on, man. I picked up the bayonet. I said, come. So I've run down the stairs thinking they're all behind me as well. I've run in the kitchen, booted the door open and put the bayonet up to my dad's throat. I said, fucking touch her again. I'm going to kill you, you cunt. And he sort of backed up like that. And I thought, oh, he shit himself. So I pushed it in his neck a little bit further and it sort of dipped in and I was like, get away from my mum, you fucking cunt. This is my house. And now because I've got my confidence, I'm like, get out of my fucking house. I'm the man of this house. Can't fucking come here and put your hands on my mum. And I sort of backed him up and he went, all right. And he's walked out. So because of that, I felt empowered because I've just batted up the baddest man I know. Do you understand? So because I've done that, and then all my mates was like, rah, do you see what Marv done to his dad? Well, I was there. This happened, that happened. So because of that, I got gassed, So then a couple of times.
Sorry to cut you. Did your mum know that it was you that was taking it?
Not until this day.
Okay.
But she knew one of us was doing it because I had older brothers and sisters. She knew someone was doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the whole family were like, I'll get onto this story in a minute, right? Because one of my brothers, I was nicking food and my brother caught me and then he told me if I don't get him some, he's going to grasp me up to my dad. And he grasped me up to my dad, I'm standing in school one day, in Haverstock, I'm under the shed, smoking a joint. Someone went to me, Marv, your dad. I was like, shut up, you mug. You think I'm an idiot? He went, I'm not even joking. It's your daddy, he's coming. I was like, oh yeah, you mug. I've turned around like that. My dad's standing there, mate. I just pissed myself. Because my dad had me that shook. If he shouted at me, I'd piss myself. Do you know what I mean? Because of the beatings we used to get. So when I've turned around and seen my daddy, I just pissed myself. And then he just battered me all the way home. So, because I could take his beatings and I wouldn't allow him to make me cry. So that just fueled my sort of confidence. Yeah. So kids, I got scared of people because you can't hurt me. My dad can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. So that gave me a full sense of security and a belief that I could take anyone on. And that's what got me the mindset I had to be that mad Marvin, fearless, nutcase, sort of unhinged individual with so much arsehole, I'd imagine.
Did you feel mad though? Cause you see me, blood. See, like even coming up, bruv, like everyone used to be like, you're a madman to me, yeah. But I don't know if I felt mad. I just felt normal.
That's the same thing, right? So everyone used to think I was crazy. You're mad, you're you lot are idiots.
Yeah.
Because I felt I was just doing what I had to do. Do you understand? So how do we get money? We got to get money like this. Okay, let's go and get it. What about that? We've got to do this to get the money. So I've done whatever was necessary to do what we had to do. And I've done a lot more than most people was prepared to do. So because I'd done that, they just said I was nuts. But I just had more arsehole to achieve the goals that I achieved. Hence the reason why I got where I got to. Do you understand?
Bro, the maddest thing, remember, I wanted you to come on the mental health one, but obviously that's gone. But that's when I phoned you. But remember when we spoke back, he was like, bro, like, when I put the phone down, I probably forgot that I spoke to you. Yeah. I've been shot in my head a couple times. So it's like, but I wanted you for that episode because it just reminded me of me. You know, like people, you're mad, mad. But I wanted to ask you, like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Did you feel mad?
No, I never felt mad. Well, I never felt mad. But now I know I was insane.
Crazy.
I was insane.
Crazy.
I was insane.
I'm admitting craziness as well.
No.
Crazy.
Someone said to me, how do you know you're insane? I said, because I used to feel justified stabbing, shooting, beating, robbing, and doing what I've done. I justified it all. Yeah. I justified everything. I even justified hurting my friends because I'd say, what? You're not playing by the rules. What? You're not my friend? And then I'd do them. Like if they spoke to me a certain way, I'd be like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You can't talk to me like that. And then it'd kick off. Or any excuse to confront people, I had it. I made excuses up. I just wanted to be the baddest, the most violent and the richest individual in my environment. And I'd done what I felt was necessary to achieve that goal. Albeit being insane, I didn't realise until 35 years later. And I find it funny because when I look back now, I just think, wow. Like,
how was even jail back then?
Pardon?
How was even jail back then? Because I was talking about prison the other day, and I was talking about in my day, but obviously you're like a decade older than mine.
Yeah, jail was different.
Like,
Jail.
How was it even? It might have even been different from my time.
No, you know, tellies, no,
we never had no
FM radio.
See?
You never even you weren't even allowed FM radio. Do you know what I mean? You had to have long wave and medium radio. You weren't allowed FM. You had piss pots, no toilets in your cells.
Portland thing.
Oh, mate, it was just every prison was like that. Do you know what I mean? Every prison, Rochester, Brixton, Wano, Pentonville, everywhere. It just stunk. I mean, that was the first thing you walk in here, it just stinks. You got to wake up in the morning, you got to slop out, it just stinks. Vomit, shit. And it's just disgusting. It's that bad that you actually get used to it. Do you know what I mean? You forget what it smells like after a couple of weeks, but then when you walk back into a new jail, you think, when you you got to wash your plates everywhere where people they're coming to throw their piss and shit in a pot. In a big sluice, and then you got to wash your stuff next to it. Like, it's just crazy.
Was people still shotting in there them times? Because obviously the main subject today, is going to be the drug game and drugs or whatever. Yeah, and the pros and cons of, I don't know, being a drug dealer to being a 9-to-5 worker. But was people shotting in there them times? Because obviously,
it wasn't drugs per se was not accepted in society then.
Okay.
It wasn't like, even puff then, people frowned at puff. It was like a bad thing to get involved in, like, because everyone was so ignorant to the drug thing, and the mindset of the individuals, like the people that took drugs were the lowest of the low. And then 70s, the 80s is what really changed the perception on the drugs. But up until the 80s, the drugs weren't really a thing. Then the 80s the drugs started becoming a thing. So in prison, initially, there weren't a lot of junkies. There was a lot of criminals.
Right.
And then the most thing you get in there, you get the occasional person that get a bit of brand, but Puff was always in prison. You know what I mean? So Puff opened the gateway for the drugs in prison, and then it just got worse and worse and worse over the decades. Do you know what I mean? It was crazy.
Yeah, I remember when I first went jail and all that, it was all phone card. We had to use the phone cards and all that.
Yeah, it's different.
But yeah, flipping.
And that was it. When I first went to jail, there weren't no phones. Couldn't even make a phone call. Make a phone call was letters every 2 weeks. You got letters once a week, and you got to visit every 2 weeks, and that was it.
Yeah, visit every 2 weeks.
Visit every 2 weeks on a visiting order, and that was it. Yeah. And then if you got cheeky to the screws, you got battered and put down the block. You never got your visit. You never got your visit. That was it. It was run like a regimented army camp back in the day, and then that went out the window when they started privatising all the prisons.
Bro, I just remember seeing you, bro. Yeah, when I went Marbella, obviously me, Wes, and all that. You know, every time we went Marbs, we used to leave you with a big bill, yeah? we used to leave you with a big bill. But flipping, I just remember you at the top, bruv, yeah? I remember, like, you used to get us in champagne spray, like, sisu, like, bloody Wes used to just fucking fall asleep anywhere, end up it. But you had us, innit, yeah? And it was obvious to me that you've got the place on lock. You was someone to look up to, bruv, as a criminal.
Yeah.
So, how did you get to this point where you're just thinking, you know what, I need to change my life because, bro, you was at the top, bro.
It was a combination of sort of consequence, experience, and trauma. So, obviously, going through the criminal fraternity, from stealing car stereos to selling cars, to burgling houses, to selling drugs, to robbing security vans, to importing drugs. So every step of the way, I was learning new trades. And basically, I was trying to get out of that life, right? So then basically, the penultimate turning point in my life was I got to the top of the ladder, and I'm mixing with the cartels from all around the world. And I'm literally friends with the biggest cartels on the planet. Like, not for drugs, just because they like my character and personality, and they like the way I've done things, they like the ferociousness, and the fact that I was always on my own. I weren't with a gang. In Europe, everyone's in their gangs. So I made an impression over there because of my character, my personality, and I started making money, I started doing things, I started putting people on in England, started helping people grow, and then basically I went through loads of different scenarios. I had loads of different dramas, loads of different headaches. And then basically we're making money. We're handling millions every week, every year, doing what we're doing. And then the turning point was a couple of kids owed a bit of money and I wanted to get them hurt. So when I told the kid, obviously because I know lots of people from all over the country, so I've had to find out who it was before I hurt him in case it was someone I know's youngster or someone I know's family. And I found out it was one of my son's best mates.
Imagine that.
And that's what I was like, what? Fuck. So I thought, what am I going to do? I thought, what am I going to do? I can't do him. I can't kill him. I can't shoot him because then the ripple effect of that is they'll all switch on my son and my family when I'm not here. So that's not an option. And then it's like, well, what are you going to do? And then it's like, well, what have you been doing? Like, these lot owe you money for what? Why do you want to kill them? You're supposed to be helping them. And I started asking myself all these questions. It was like, I'm asking, if I'm helping you, why do I want to kill you? I'm thinking, but I mustn't love him then. I mustn't like him. Do you know what? This is bad. Do you know what? I can't do this no more. And I've come back and I said, look, I need to speak to you. I said, look, that bit of Reddy's.
Do you know the mad thing about that though, Marv? Sorry to cut you, because obviously if I was the prison school, you'd be going mad at me because I saw how you dealt with him. Don't fucking cut me short. But yeah, the mad thing about that, bro, yeah, is that obviously you being shot up and that, yeah, but that didn't even make you think.
No. I'll get back to that in a minute, but I'll get back to what's supposed to be right. So you asked me so I'm answering the question, right?
Yeah.
So the question was that when I've come back, I said to him, look, I can't do this no more, right? Because I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to do this stuff. I want to help you. Yeah. So I'm not helping you if I'm giving you a product that can get you killed or put in prison. So I'm going to give you an opportunity. Yeah. I'm going to give you an opportunity to come off the road today and that money you owe will squash it. Yeah. But you got to come gym with me for 6 months. Yeah. Come gym with me for 6 months. I said, for what? I said, because something can happen. I don't know what will happen. But something can happen. And something positive will happen and we can build something. So he's like, all right, sweet. So he come gym for 6 months. Within 6 months, his life turned around. He got a job. He started working. Young Gotten, his name is. I'll say that because now he's 100% legit.
Sick.
He's a co-owner of Buzzwell.
So good.
He's do you know Buzzwell?
Ambush team.
Yeah, well, Ambush was my son's best mate. Ambush was in prison at this time.
Yeah. So when in jail with Zag.
Yeah. So when he come out of jail now, I got him walked onto the stage at the Wireless to play for Charlie because Charlie's another young man that I've assisted throughout his career and helped him.
Right.
You know, he had a bit,
Slough.
Yeah.
Okay. I done a fire in the booth.
Born to lose, but yet I'm built to win. Shit, born confused, cause I was built to sin. Trust, it's still a not guilty ting. I told the jury it's only rap, I'm on a 50 ting. Look, I got a strap and it's a hefty ting. It's got bells that you don't wanna let me ring. The whole industry still don't wanna let me in. They don't wanna real talks, they rather a fat boy that sings. Look, I was the best in the past, G. It don't matter how many rappers gone past me. You know what they say, save the best till the last, G. And if I die today, then at least I die a Ras, G, with a Ras, G. Yeah. Because he had a bit of issues in the beginning of his career. And because he's my cousin's best mate, he's family, innit? So my cousin that I brought up from when we were kids, because my mum and his mum weren't really the best parents. And I was just left to look after my cousins and my brothers and sisters. And then basically Charlie became his best friend. Okay. And then basically something happened. He said, oh, look, these geezers are doing this to him. Do you mind getting involved and seeing what? So I said, yeah, sweet, no problem. So I sort of switched it off. And then sort of Charlie went on to become who he is today.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
He's doing, and it's phenomenal.
He's doing his thing. Ambush.
So Ambush, when he come out of jail, my son said, can we help him out? I said, yeah, not a problem. So I spoke to Charlie. I said, do me a favour. We're going to help these lot. I had this bit of bag with the youngster. I want to switch the body. We can give them all the help in the world. It'll be appreciated. So he said, man, we got you, man. We're family, innit? Come on. So then he's walked him onto the stage. He's done what he's done. He's had all the assistants he's had. And then basically Young Gotten I mentored. Young Gotten's where I mentored him, he went on to mentor his group. Simple. And now the whole group is basically legit. They're basically legit now with Buzzworld. So they're going where they're going. I'm not responsible for where they are. I'll just open the door and show them the guidance and just sort of give them the support.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But they've worked hard and they work hard.
You have to.
I'm not responsible for where they are. I'll just help open the door and took them to the water, and they've all got what they got, and they're all family. Like all of them, the kids, they're their kids.
You don't become successful without working hard.
No, and they do. They work hard. Like they work hard, and even like Young G, He's a kid that was in it 100%. And he even said to me one day, what am I going to do? Like, I said, what's going to happen? I said, look, when you listen, things are going to go right. I said, but what's going to happen first? Everyone's going to start taking the piss out of you, putting you down, taking the piss. I said, but within 2 years, everybody's going to want you to help them.
Yeah.
So just stick at it. Don't fold. Don't fold. Don't go back to it. He had a little wobble once, and he was like, I said, no, get back in the gym. Get back in the gym. Come. So we got back in the gym, and then bam, picked it back up, and he ain't fell off since. Do you know what I'm saying? But they work hard. They're family men now. They're all in for their family. They're in for the right processes now. They've got the right process. They're thinking the right way. They've got the right strategy. They've got the network, and they're going. So this is what I do. But prior to that,
that's what I was saying.
So, now, when I got shot, right? I'm wiggling my toes, right? And this isn't going out live now, is it?
No.
Right. So I'll show you the photos, right? So basically, when I got shot, I thought, been shot. Never really thought much of it, yeah. But then basically, after I see these X-rays, I just thought, you know what? I'm meant to be doing something. Like it was a miracle. Like watch, I'll show you. And when you see it, you'll actually understand yourself, right? So look, I got shot.
Yeah, we're gonna put this up.
So I got shot in my willy. It went down my willy. It went into my willy, down my willy, and shot my right testicle into my pants. Right. The next one was in my leg, shattered my leg. I had 200 pieces of bone just shattered. Right.
Naughty.
Right. And then one went through my elbow, off the floor, through my hip, and shattered my spine. One went through my forehead there.
Bloody hell, you look younger there, man.
And then one went in the eye. Still handsome now, isn't it?
You know what I mean? You look younger there, man.
And then that's it there. That was me. That was the morning I woke up.
Alhamdulillah, bro.
Big smile, you know, because I wiggled my toes and I was like, yeah, we're back.
Yeah.
We're back. And then that was the leg. And then there's the X-rays, right? So that was the break in the leg. Right, so that was shattered.
How many times you get shot?
5 in total.
5 times, yeah.
5 times 6 bullet holes. And then basically they put this in, right? So that was the bullet that went through my femur.
Where was that? In Spain or over here?
In Spain, in Marbella. In Port Banús.
Yeah,
on Port Banús. So see that bullet's whole. You see it's whole?
Yeah.
It's gone through the biggest bone in my body, right? Now the bullet that went through my eye, right? The bullet that went through my eye, right? Let me just show you something. I'll show you again. Right, it went through my eye, and it stopped. Look, it stopped halfway through my eye. See it moving?
Yeah.
Right, so I've still got my retina. I've still got my optic nerve.
It just stopped dead.
It just stopped dead, right? But the mad thing about it is, right, and you'll see it on this X-ray now. Look, look, watch this. Look, look at the shape of that bullet.
Yeah, come on.
Flat as a pancake. It just stopped dead. Yeah, and you can feel the bullet holes. Feel that bullet hole there. Watch this. There's one bullet hole there.
Yeah, it's open still.
There's a bullet hole there, and then that one there through there.
Yeah, that one's open still. That feel like a G57
They're proper holes.
still.
They're proper holes. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like a G5.
And then the bullet that went through my eye stopped literally halfway through my eye, flat as a pancake.
But when it's not your time, it's not your time.
It wasn't my time.
No,
Man,
definitely not.
My femoral artery got punctured in 3 places. I never bled. I never passed out, and I rung my own ambulance. Do you know what I mean? They told me I'm never ever going to walk again. Yeah, within 2.5 years, I had a professional fight on a world title undercard in Spain on the telly, and it's on YouTube. Marvin's boxing match, and I beat the Spanish area champion, which is the equivalent to the Southern area champion. I punched him up. I can say that because when you watch it, you'll see he just got punched up, and he was 27 years of age, and I was 40. Do you know what I'm saying? So.
Still capable.
Now, after that, then we started boxing. I'm in boxing. I got into the boxing. I started doing things. I started working with the young interventions, with the young...
So how long was your recovery?
2.5 years, 3 years in total.
Yeah.
But I had to break my own leg because calcium doesn't come from any food or any medication you take. Calcium only comes from broken bone. So when you break a bone, it recalcifies. So because of the bones, when you see the bone, the shatters, you'll understand. So my bones was fragmented into so many pieces that they said I'm never ever going to walk again, and they wanted to amputate my legs. So I had to pay for that plate that you're going to see on the picture. So I paid for the plate, got out. So then they tell me I've got to sit in bed for a year. And I'm like, what? Why? And I'm thinking, well, I need calcium. I need to keep breaking my leg. And they said, you can't. You get too many infections. We'll have to amputate your leg. So I said, well, if I've got to amputate my leg because I can't walk, I'd rather amputate it and then get a blade. Because I thought Pretorius, I'll get one of them blades. I'll be a bad man. It don't matter. As long as I can stand up and fight, I'm good. That was my only intention. So after the shooting, I got better. I had a bone transplant. They took 17 centimetres of my pelvis, 2 bottom ribs, and put it in my leg with the pins. And then I started breaking my leg for 18 months, walking in the swimming pool. After 6-7 months, I started walking in the swimming pool, and then I started going to the gym, started sparring slowly with a crutch, and then it just got better and better and better and better and better to the point where the chief of Marbella Police, who put on a show with Sergio Martinez, Manilva Martinez Productions, said to me, do you want to have a fight on our show? I said, yeah. So they cleared me to have an exhibition fight on the show because I was fighting all the top K1, kickboxing and Muay Thai boxers in the gyms. Even though I've been shot up, I was putting them through their paces. I was outboxing really good fighters. Do you know what I mean? So he said to me, do you want to have a go on the fight? I said, yeah, sweet. So they let me have to go on the show. And then basically I had to go on the show. But prior to the show, we started the boxing club. And then we were doing the boxing club. The boxing club got so big and busy that we had to move. And then we opened up MGM in the port. And then MGM got rebranded MTK. And then it's just become what it is through that. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And now MTK's gone on to be global. And that, prior to MTK, I was still in it, right? So coming up to the ending of my criminal sort of existence, what happened was I got nicked for that Dale Cregan. I'm building.
Hey, he got one eye as well.
Yeah, he got stabbed in Thailand, lost his eye in Thailand. Yeah. But prior to
you got nicked for his thing.
Yeah, I was Mr. Big in that case, innit?
You're lying.
Yeah, they said I've got him out of the country till he run out of money. Then he come back here, and because he come back here and shot the police officers, I'm a co-conspirator. So I got extradited for that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, prior to that, we opened the gym up.
He's a madman. He bombed him.
Yeah, but you know what it is? He was another sick individual.
He grenaded the feds.
Yeah, but
I know. It's mad.
It's. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why?
I didn't
like,
get it.
Do you understand? Like, why? Like, why? Why? Like, why?
I didn't get it.
Why? You just shot them. They're dead. Why are you throwing hand grenades on people? Like, come on, man. It's just crazy. Like, it's just
Manchester, innit?
Crazy.
For money.
Crazy. Yeah, money.
Yeah.
Because I got
different badness.
I went through another bit of. I had a few issues and a few dramas up in Manchester as well, growing.
I got an artist from Manchester, GAV. He's got one eye as well.
Yeah,
was it his right eye as well?
Is it his right or left? I can't remember, you know.
So I know that's your masculine eye.
He does.
And ever since I lost my eye, I haven't been as aggressive as I used to be.
Big up.
Really?
Yeah.
Imagine that.
And that's what I've learned about the human anatomy.
Oh, is it? So it's calmed you down?
Yeah, it's calmed me down. Yeah, it's calmed me down a hell of a lot.
Have you ever thought of having your own boxing school?
Well, I had it in MGM. I had my amateurs now. The amateurs that I work with have gone on to be national champions. One of them will be a world champion, young Charlie McDonald. Sorry, I think he'll be a world champion eventually. No, but there's a few of them.
Big up Pat as well, Pat Barrett.
Yeah, Pat, I'm seeing Pat next week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, come on, man.
That's
family,
that's
man.
my big bro, man. Yeah, but he deals with he's in charge of Zelfa and that.
The left hook in boxing can be used in many different ways. One of the ways that former British, European and world title challenger Pat Barrett would use it would be to absolutely obliterate his opponents. So it's no surprise that his nephew Zelfa Barrett has been able to ultimately adopt the shot himself and make it his own. The fact that Zelfa throws the shot almost identical to his uncle Pat is credit to Pat's knowledge and teaching. If you watch both fighters, you will notice that the left hook is thrown not only with just the arm, as that is limited, the shot is thrown with the shoulder and there's emphasis on the hip movement as well. Pat teaching Zelfa this has allowed Zelfa to adapt the shot, whether that be to stop an opponent or to bring them onto the shot when boxing and moving.
Yeah. I spoke to Pat last week.
No, big him up, man.
Yeah, big up bare love for Pat and them lot, man. We've all grown. We've all been through some shit together. Do you know what I'm saying? We've known each other for years.
Man. That's
so I've been connected all over the country because I'm basically from Liverpool. All my family is still in Liverpool. I mean, my dad was the only part of, I think My mum's got 8 brothers and sisters combined. My dad had a load of brothers combined. And we were the only ones that come to London. Everybody, like my cousins, my nieces, my nephews, my second cousins, they're all living in Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? So I'm known in Liverpool, Manchester, Sheffield, Birmingham, because I've always been around them by hanging about my old block and stuff like that. And then, so I was still, after I got shot, I was still in it. I was still that guy.
Yeah, I know.
And then basically up until the Dale Cregan thing, because the Dale Cregan thing was the thing that switched me off. Because after the MGM, I got nicked. When I got nicked, it was the thing where I detached myself from MGM because obviously I couldn't be associated to MTK because of the badness and all that sort of stuff. So I had to pull away from that, go on my own journey to do what I was doing. And basically, when I got nicked for the Dale Cregan thing, I'm on the landings with all these villains and all these gangsters and all these people. And the one thing that really made me walk away from crime really was the mindset of the young criminal. So I'm on the landing, a few people that I've been in Spain with.
My age or younger?
Both.
Okay.
Both, yeah.
Yeah, we just...
But I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
what's happened? What's happened? So now, basically, I'm on the landings. Now, a few kids that I was grafting with, right, and this is big dough graft. It ain't like silly dough graft. It's a big
Proper
dough graft. So they've been nicked for a couple of 100 bits, couple of ton of puff, couple of 100 bits, 200 bits of sniff, 100 bits of brand. Like they've nicked on big conspiracies.
Bird.
So I'm like, wow, fuck, what's happening? And they're like, yeah, I'm only gonna get an 8.
Fuck off.
I was like, what? What do you mean? And they're like, I'm getting an 8. I said, how? How do you know if you're getting an 8? Nah, you're fucked, bro. Where's the disclosure? Where's your evidence? He said, mate, I've made indication in the police station I'm getting 50% off. They've told me that I'm gonna get a 16. But if I make early indication, I'm going to get an 8. I said, but you ain't even seen your evidence. You can go home. He said, I'd rather take the 8 in case I get the guilty. And that there just echoed. And every single major villain that was getting nicked had taken these deals. And I'm like, wow. So what happens, if I continue doing this, right, and someone gets nicked, and they get told, well, I'll give you 25% off if you tell us who sent it.
Come on.
Yeah,
so
that's a difference.
I just thought, wow, they're not villains no more.
Yeah.
They're not villains.
For my second sentence, bro, I done that though. I went guilty from the police station. It was peak, innit? That was intent to supply class A, bruv. They took me, I got nicked outside my bridge in Lashie's house. Sunny day, I was so pissed, yeah. They found me with a borer, brought me back to the police station, strip searched me. But I didn't know how to bank, bruv. Like I remember one time I tried to bank a 8 ball, it wouldn't go up, bruv, yeah. So I didn't know how to bank, yeah. So everything
proper virgin.
Proper Eden. Get me? So everything was cheats, yeah. So I had better shots cheat. They took me police station, strip search. I squatted, all the shots come out. You get me? Bruv, I was so pissed. I was on road for about 6 months them time.
Yeah, but that's
because I know about Bird, I'm thinking, mate.
But that's you banged to rights and it fell out.
Bang to rights, bro.
But what I'm saying, these people, there's no evidence. There's no evidence.
Yeah,
they've been nicked on a conspiracy.
They didn't even try.
Like you're nicked, right? There's no evidence yet. There's no evidence. There's phone calls. There's phone calls, yeah?
Got disclosure.
They've got nothing. And they're making deals to go to prison. I thought, wow, this is fucked.
No, that was bang to rights.
But they're walking around the prison like they're sensible. And I'm thinking, wow. This isn't it, man. So then basically, when I knew I was going to get it quick because I weren't involved in it. And then basically, when I got out, it was either go back to that life I was living prior to the MGM, and be that guy. Because I was doing other bits as well as cleaning my hands, and I was doing bits because in Spain it's legal to grow weed, but you're allowed to grow a certain amount of weed. So I was growing legal bits and pieces and selling a few bits and pieces just to get myself by. I weren't in it as I wanted to be in it. I was in it just to sort of pay the bills, pay for the house, pay for the kids, pay for whatever. Right? But I was still in it. But the justification that I gave myself then was that it's legal. Okay. It's legal here. Yeah. And as long as I don't deal with England, I'm good. So I've done what I had to do in Spain. Yeah. And then a couple of people I tried to help out. I sent a bit of grub home. That went pear-shaped. So I just thought, you know what, I'm paying too much money.
How long you been back over here now?
Since 2013, I got extradited.
Okay.
So 7 years.
I think it was 011. We went.
Yeah, 011, 012, wasn't it? Early 012.
I think so.
So I got nicked after all the parties in 012. Yeah. So...
Yeah, you've been back for a bit now.
Yeah, 7 years. 7 years.
So what happened with that? So you was growing your bit and then...
I was just selling a bit to get by. And then basically... the gym had just started, so I wasn't fully fledged in the gym. I was still being this guy making money. And then basically, because in Spain, what I found, I didn't have to be a drug dealer, right? Because people needed people to collect money for them and intimidate people and hurt people. So I just thought, wow, I'll just take this journey then, innit? Yeah. I don't need to do this. So then people saying, oh, Marv, do me a favour. We're sending X amount of grub home to such and such. Will you go and make sure it's okay? Will you make sure it's all getting done? And we'll give you 100 grand. We'll give you 200 grand. We'll give you this to make sure it's okay. So I was like, all right, yeah, sweet. So I was just protecting products. I was getting people looked after and I was collecting money. So for me, I was just collecting money. So I started working with a guy from Manchester, collecting a few debts and nicking a few quid. And then basically I got introduced to Dale Cregan through this guy.
Okay.
And then basically
it
went, basically I got introduced to a guy called Lee Kelly through a guy called Dave Campbell. And then Lee Kelly was connected to Dale Cregan because Lee was older than Dale. And then basically they was all working for other people doing what they were doing. But I knew Dale through Lee. But then basically me and Lee had a really good relationship. I got on really well with Lee's parents and family. And we had a family relationship, not a business relationship. Right. But he helped me collect a few readies, a few bits and pieces. And basically my reputation sort of preceded me everywhere I went. So everyone that met me always just booked me as this bad guy, drug dealing nutcase, yeah? So I never said I wasn't. I'll just let people assume what they wanted, right? So Dale and them lot had an opinion of me. All them lot in Manchester had an opinion of me. And then basically when he got nicked and I come out, I was just like, I can't go back to Spain. Because if I go back to Spain, I've got to pick up this life. I don't want to pick up this life and end up here. I don't want to be walking around them landings at 50 years of age. You know what I mean? And I don't want to do it. I don't want to be walking around them landings at 50 years of age. You know what I mean? And then basically, that was the penultimate turning point in my life. And then it was shortly after that when the youngster owed the ready, because I was owed a lot of money in England. So I had to collect money when I was in England. And then when I found out who was owed the money and I had to do what I'd done, that's when I thought, oh, do you know what? Okay, I can't do this no more.
Shut me out.
So then that week, I actually rung everybody who owed me money. I just said, keep it. And I was like, what? No, I'm paying you. I'm going to bring it. I said, no, I don't want it. No, Marv, I'm sorry. Because they're thinking, nah, I don't want it because they're going to get lit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I don't want it. I'm going on a different journey. I'm doing other things. And I started working with another company.
When man said they don't want it.
Don't want it.
Yeah, when you hear that, you think, bruv, forget all of that. Bruv, I've had man chatting all that, bruv. Like, yeah, bruv, if I say I don't want it, bruv, forget. But trust me, that drug game thing, we need to get into that because it's a slippery world as well.
What it is what I've realised is this,
it's a slippery world. Even
it's
like
set up. It is set up
that, like,
so we fail.
Yeah.
It's set up so we lose. It's set up so we die, and it's set up so we go to prison. Right? At the top of the chain, it's only a product. It's only figures. They don't touch nothing. They don't see nothing. They don't test nothing. They farm it out to everyone else to do all the dirty work. And then by the time it comes to England, everybody in the syndicates have earned their profit. It's dispensable product that comes here because it doesn't make sense taking that gamble. But people used to take that gamble back in the day. But the people that I started working with, I see how it worked. You know what I'm saying, John? It was a thing where there's no consistency. So I see people at the top, right? Hundreds of millions of pounds going through certain people's...
definitely in Europe.
Yeah. People, you see it. You see it. Like I'd get asked to deliver 3 million quid to someone. I might have do us a favour. I'm dropping 10 million quid off. Could you follow us? Could you do this? Could you do that? So I was doing lots of things with people, doing lots of things. But even the people at the top were stressed out. They lost money. Yeah, they lost money. So when their parcels go over or someone fucks off with this or someone gets nicked or, for argument's sake, if a lockup gets done and they nick 2 tons, that's 17. That's 14 million pound gone.
Heartbroken. 14
million pound gone, and it ain't just one person that owes that money. There's a combination of people that have all chipped in for that product, right? Because everybody chips in, and all the major villains work with each other. And this is another reason why the youngsters have got to understand that your elders are playing with you, right? Because this is what happens. Say you're working for us, right, Ace? Right. Now, you give me the Yeah. Yeah. So you spray, do me a favour. Here's a postcode. I'm going to drop some grub off. Go and take this grub for me, please. You can keep 3 bits, yeah, and just give me the rest back. He's not going to say no. Why is he going to say no? You got 3 units.
Exactly.
Yeah? Or here's 100 grand. I've got 100 grand for you. Go and grab this parcel for me, please. There's no headache. It's my parcel. You're not going to get no headache at all. Just go and take it and let me deal with it. And then you can set up.
Set that up.
And then you got to come and say, where's my money? And then what I'll say is this. I'll tell you what we'll do. Take that and work your debt off. So now you're working for nothing.
Exactly.
And that's all.
Maybe you can have a little 5 bills, what
happens is, what happens then is that you're handling money now. So now what you do, you start doing is boxing and juggling. So you got 100 grand. You don't give 100 grand over. You give 80 grand over. I'm owed 20 grand. Yeah, give me some sort of grub. Do you know what I mean? Then you get grub off this one, grub off that one, and then you box. Peter to pay Paul. But the same way the kids do it on the street with the ounces, the big people do it with the kilos and the tons. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying, Joe? Because even the South Americans do it. They'll tell you got to pay for your ton up front. And then when it goes over, they say, I'll tell you what, we'll send you another one, but we're going to send you 500 and you got to sell them for us. Yeah? Well, where you're paying $7,000 a bit in South America, they'll say, well, I'll tell you what, we'll give you 500, but you sell this 500 for us for 20 or 15. So they've doubled or quadrupled their money or trebled their money. So they're happy. So they let work go over. So you owe them. So it's all that
Everyone's finessing everyone.
That's why I can't be in it.
Yeah.
Because no one's growing where they should be growing. And then I started having it with straight people, right? Workers, right? They're worth millions, hundreds of millions. I said to this guy one day, how the fuck do you get your money, bruv? He went, start just selling companies. I was like, what do you mean? He said, well, start a company, you grow the company, you get the company to a level, then you put it on the stock market. Simple. I was like, how? And then he tells you what, like, you sell a product that everybody wants, you market it in a way where everybody needs it, and then it's worth a value. Once it's worth a value, you sell it and hold a small percentage. So for argument's sake, I'll give you a prime example. Watford Football Academy, USA. Right? I'm going to put it out there right now. I've got 20% shares of that. Right? I've got 20% shares of that right now. Because that was a football academy I set up with my partner, Robert Eason. Yeah, it's called Time Out Soccer. And then Watford have bought into it. And then it's gone Watford FC. Basically, and then I'll have to sell my shares in a few years' time. Yeah, it'll be a compulsory buyout, but I'll be able to have 1 or 2%.
Okay.
And that's how you make your money. You just hold a small percentage, nothing more than 4%. Like, imagine having 4% or 1% of McDonald's. Imagine having 1% of Odeon. Imagine having 1% of Kentucky. Do you understand? And that's how it starts. So it's about getting a business, growing the business to a level where it goes on the market, it becomes a corporate company, and then goes global. And then it's worth billions. And every company has the basis to do that.
Because you know what it is, bro? Obviously, like, that was just a quick interview, but I really want you lot to check out Marv's story on James English. That sick.
Yeah, I've got
that sick.
Go on. If you
Make sure you check out his story on James English.
You don't even have to go on James English. James English is
no, obviously subscribe to your thing.
Really
go on Marvin Herbert.
Subscribe to your thing.
Yeah, because everything is on there.
I'm going to say that after. Subscribe to your thing. 100%.
The James English interviews.
Everything. That one, I just like that one.
Yeah, that was the first one was the rawest one.
Yeah, and
because that was the first time. That was the first time I was public.
Told your whole story.
That was the first time I've ever gone public. Do you know what I mean? And it was like I just wanted to get it out there because what it is I know the mindset I had. Yeah. Now I know how smart I am. I know how intelligent I am, and I know how sort of capable I am to achieve greatness. Right, but I just had the wrong product.
I see Quincy's one as well. I like that one as well.
Yeah, come on. Everyone's on the same thing because we've realised now we've all wasted our lives. We've literally wasted our lives chasing a myth. Do you know what I mean? To be like who? The geezer that's still on the fucking plot. He's still there.
Yeah.
Why do I want to be like you? Do you know what I mean? You're still there, bruv. You're still chasing. Like, even the biggest gangster families in London are still in the end selling drugs, committing crime. Why? Because they can't make the money to get out.
Yeah.
You can't. It's a myth. It's a myth. It's a myth. It's a myth. I can't help it. It's a myth.
The gangster family thing. The gangster family thing. I don't know. I can't respect it personally because it's just like I said to you. We spoke on the phone, and I said to you, bro, like, see, like I said it even in the other show. If you want your sons or your daughters to go through what you've went through, it's like you haven't been through enough. But then I'm thinking, bloody hell, when you look at certain crime families. It's mad, but the white families, I ain't gonna say their names, but it's like
Don't need to, man. Everyone knows
do you
them,
get what I'm
innit?
trying to say? The
North, East, West, and South London. It's all over London, England, all over the country.
It's inbred, and that they like it. Do you get? And I don't
That's
get it.
the
I don't
ego.
get
It's
it.
the ego, the notoriety.
it.
It's being somebody. Because what made
don't
me
get it.
what's this? Right. So for me to go straight, I had to switch off from everybody.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. It was lonely. Right. It was lonely. Right. I felt lost at times. Yeah. But then I asked my daughter once. Yeah. What would you do if I went back to prison? Yeah. What would you do if I went back to prison? Because they're middle class now. She was like, well, I would never speak to you again, Daddy. Why would you want to go to prison? Why would you do that to me? I just thought, wow. Do you
There's
understand?
black families as well, though. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, no.
Because I went mad a bit.
Yeah, but everyone's saying
With my freedom of speech, but yeah.
No, but it's
Black families as well, but white families.
It's just
Because it's in England, we're dealing with England, so that's straight away what comes into my mind.
Yeah, but listen, it's just
But when I checked it deeply,
it's every ethnic minority, right, that is in crime. Right? Now, everybody that's in crime, all the criminal families, whether they're black, white, Chinese, African, fucking whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? They're all in it because they're all trapped. None of them are 100% happy. None of them are 100% set for life, and every single one of them have the opportunity to go to prison, get stabbed, and get killed. Every single one of them.
Prisons.
Come on, man, it's just there. It's just
how
an
many
occupational
days
hazard.
and years, did we come out of our house with at least 5 years prison?
Every day.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Every day for at least up until 2015.
Up until next week. No,
Up until 2015, I never left my house. I never left my house without the opportunity of getting arrested for at least 5 years.
Bird.
Right, at least 5 years.
At
least 5 years. At least 5 years. Every time I come out of my house, I had to have a strap, my vest, and a blade, gas. I had to have it.
Something to send you prison, bro.
I had to have it. And then you're going out, and then you got money. Then you need another car behind you, loaded up because you've got money in this car. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a bird. It's non-stop bird. And the older you get, the more bird you're going to get.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? And I've got my good friends that they're in jail, they're doing bird. Yeah. And I know they're in there now thinking, wow, I wish I never done this now.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Course,
I don't want to start naming
especially
people.
the lifers as well. Like, it's like,
Come on, man.
fucking hell. Because it's like, obviously,
It's just...
you know what? Obviously, we're coming from a time where, you get what I'm saying, man can get away with shit. But anyway, but I'm saying
but the thing is, you don't get, listen, no one gets away with nothing. Your karma comes back for you.
It comes back for you.
Yeah, it comes back for you. Listen, watch this, right? I got shot everywhere I've been under investigation for. My son, 27 years of age now, has got a birthmark everywhere I've been shot. How'd you work that out?
Exactly.
And he rang me up one day and he said, you know what, Dad, I just realised. I said, what's that, son? He said, I've got a birthmark everywhere you got shot, you know. I said, shut up. He said,
it comes back. But you see
Come
what
back,
it
it's
is,
karma,
bro?
mate.
There's mad, see, with me, I just believe there's mad badness and there's righteous badness.
I was
you get
righteous
what I'm trying to
badness,
say?
I believe.
Like,
because
there's righteous badness.
I got
as well,
involved to help people that was getting bullied.
Right.
So if you were getting bullied, I'd be like, who said that to you?
Yeah.
Fuck him, he's a mug. Come on, I'll deal with him.
Yeah.
And then I'd
You want to
take
bully
people,
the bullies.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Basically.
and that's what gave me my reputation.
Man
Because I'd go anywhere with
the
them.
righteous badness, you know? Like, if you do something to man's brethren, how man grew up, it's righteous to man to now look to do you something. You get what I'm trying to say?
Well, that was how it was, wasn't it? That's the law of the land.
I'm trying to say, it was never a thing of, we're just going to go out and do this and bully.
Every bit of ag I've had and every bit of bird I've done, apart from one, has been for other people. Other people. And it broke my heart that not one of the people that I expected to come to the hospital when I got shot turned up. Fucking broke my heart.
Yeah, it never...
Broke my heart, mate. And I thought, wow. And then when I come back to England, they're trying to chat to me like, and what I've done on purpose, because everyone knows I'm making it. Obviously, you know the reputation I had when you lot come to Spain, So everyone's like, what, Marv's got everything. So I come back to England now on crutches, and I'm like, whatever you want. So I'm making meets with loads of people, and we're sitting down, and halfway through the bit, I was like, you know what, I just realised. And I go, what's that, Marv? You never come to the hospital to sit. Wow, what am I doing? Got up and walked out. Do you know what I mean? And I've done that to enough people. Do you know what I mean? Like, what? You never come to see me in the hospital, did you? Wow, I just remembered that. No, I'm out of here. See you later. So I got a lot of people back like that, and then people started hating on me for that. Do you know what I'm saying, Joe? But It was just one of them things. It was
My thing was kind of like the opposite. I had people come visit me at the hospital, and then it was like they come to the hospital, and then after that, that was it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like,
if I was here, they would have come. But the fact they got to spend £70 or £80 on a flight, I weren't worth that.
Yeah.
And me personally, I put my life on the line for these people. I've risked my freedom forever for these people.
Better you just see that, bruv, that they don't come.
And that's why I'm glad that happened.
Know what I mean?
Because without that happening, I would have still been in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because my loyalty was blind to all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Anytime you're growing and you're elevating, you always lose people around you anyway.
Come on, because they're running around in circles.
Yeah, you've got to shed certain people, like they're there for a certain time, but they're not
certain
going to
people,
go
obviously,
everywhere.
like man understanding it, like, you know what is as we get older, bro, yeah? Like, obviously, like we was all on mad smoke or whatever, yeah? But as you get older, people get kids. So not everyone's going to be on the same thing forever. So I understood that. Like when man coming, so I knew like, yeah, you're not riding or you're not riding. So I kind of understood that. I wouldn't expect man to ride for my thing anyway, type of thing.
I've done all the riding. I weren't even.
Do you get that, man? I wouldn't even expect you to. But certain man I actually respected, because man will come and man actually said that, yo, bro, man's mad, you know. But rare. I'm saying cool. You get what I'm trying to say? But you see the man them that you got man that they're coming and they. Do you know what I mean? Moving like something, you know, even like behind the background, man, and move like it's on, but socially, you're not backing man socially, you're not on the you get what I'm saying? I was going mad for a sec. I was making bare mad tunes. And like, I'm looking and I'm thinking, right, my brethren ain't even liking these tunes that I'm posting. That I'm going mad at these dickheads. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But it's only so, but I'm thinking, right, but on the phone, man will be moving like, yeah, blood, man, just say the word and rare. So, friendship, I don't know, bruv. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'd rather deal with family.
Normally, when they can't congratulate you in public, it's because of
friends on the road,
it's because of what they've said about you in private anyway. They're not real.
But the drug game, this main subject, this is the guy. Because it's like I said, bro, like, it's so hard to come out of that. But it's like...
No, it's hard. It's this thing, right? It's hard if you don't want to be on your own. And that's why I know no one wants to come out of it, because they're on their own.
It's hard to come out of it. It's very easy to get into it.
But the problem everyone faces is they're too scared of being on their own. Do you understand? And they need everyone around them.
It's all the Instagram and all that as well. Like they're growing up looking at all these pictures, everyone's in Fendi, this, that. Do you know what I mean?
More the point, you got to focus on how do you get out, right? So how do you get out? Right? You've got to stop hanging around the same people in the same environments. And it's that simple. It's that simple.
I want you to tell them how they not go in there, because it's like, see me, like,
well,
obviously,
do you know what?
It starts off with shotting weed and all that, yeah. But it's like, how do we get them to actually look at a 9 to 5, getting a job as more, or do you know what I mean, something else other than shotting? How do we? Because it's like I look up. I've got a nephew, bro, yeah, and I see him, and it's like, obviously, boom, he might be doing his little weed thing, and I think, oh, it's all right. He's only doing a little weed thing. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's all right. He's only doing a weed thing. He's still going to uni. He's still rare. So I think, that's cool. Do you get what I'm saying? But then I have to check myself. I think, but bruv, that's how man started. Yeah. And sooner or later, you think, I'm taking this risk for the weed. Why don't I just shot a bit of budge, a bit of hard food? You just get more money. Yeah. But I'm going to be doing the same thing, even less shots. I'm licking less shots for more money. So it's like, as a big older, I want to know, like, what do you say to people trying to get into that? You know, because getting out of it, don't get me wrong, that's hard, yeah, because of the money. But getting out of it, you might go to prison.
The problem, you
might be forced to get out.
The problem the road faces now is this, right? There's not enough people like us leading by example for the youngsters to look at and say they're doing it. I mean, like, I had a couple of people on my journey, and when I come out, I thought, well, if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
So what I said to myself is, if I show the youngsters that I can do it,
use your own testimony.
Yeah, I said, look, I've done it.
Exactly.
How? Come and speak to me. Come and see me. Now, what you need to do is X, Y, Z. And the first and foremost thing they really need to do is clean up their diet and get in the gym. That is the first and foremost thing to do. And why I say that is I use an analogy like this. Rewind civilization 1 million years. You have to go hunting every day. You have to go hunting every day.
If you want to eat.
You got to chase, catch, kill, carry. Right? That's what you've got to do every day. Sometimes you've got to go for 7 hours before you get enough food to take home. And how many people are you killing for? How many people are you hunting for? How many kids you got? So how strong do you have to be? How fit do you have to be?
Yeah, like lionesses,
that's what I'm saying.
they keep themselves lean so that they're so fast.
We are not living a life that's conducive to being a human being, right? Because we're not hunting. So to emulate the hunting, you need to train to create the hormones in the body, which makes the brain feel like it's been sustained and it's not getting depressed, sad, and it's hunting and it's achieving, right? In the world we live in, the body's not creating the hormones, so the brain is thinking there's no achievement. We're not doing nothing. We're not doing nothing. And that's what depression is. Because the brain's not being sort of nourished with its hormones. Do you understand? And then the food we're eating is creating, like for argument's sake, what people don't realise, right? Who gets indigestion?
Me, probably, man.
Right.
I don't.
Indigestion, right? Indigestion is when you're eating food that is not nutritionally valuable to your system.
Yeah,
What happens? The heartburn is your brain telling your stomach to release acid to break down the blockage. Because there must be a blockage. You're chewing.
Do you eat red meat?
No, I don't eat red meat, sugar, dairy. Don't eat nothing. Don't eat nothing like that.
I stopped that for about 5 months and I had to get back. I was missing the meat and chips, man.
See, so
lamb chops and all that, man.
No, man, it's not. I'll look at it like this, yeah. I wouldn't be walking today if I'd have carried on eating meat and dairy.
I noticed on one of your on one of your interviews with James, is it James English?
Yeah.
And you were saying about you hear voices, you know, like telling you
Spirits.
And did you notice that when you cleaned up yourself, that you was more receptive to the better voice inside of you?
Yeah. Because what I realised as well, I'm going to put it out there because the one book that helped me learn about the voices, is The Chimp Paradox by Professor Steve Peters. Yeah, and I'll promote his book all the time. Now, the voices we all hear exist because our brain is made up of 7 compartments. Now, the 3 compartments we rely on every single day is your frontal lobe, your limbic system, and your parietal. Now, your parietal is where all the information is stored, which is consequence and reality.
That's why when you're elevating, you shed people because people are like when you've got the wrong energy around you, they're distractions for you not to be able to hear what you're supposed to hear and see the right signs. So they take you off course.
Yeah, because everybody wants you to be just like them.
Exactly.
Or worse than them.
But this generation, they're already like grooming them into being followers, not leaders. Even like with social media, everything is follow this person. It's teaching them subconsciously to follow. When you stand alone and you be your own person, it's like you get
ostracized.
Exactly. That's the word.
Ostracized.
Because they don't want people with their own mind.
Yeah, they don't want it. Of course they don't want it. But that's, once you learn about the brain, like that voice that says, you're a pussy. That's your limbic system. That's your limbic system.
That's the voice. The
voice. That's
a pussy voice.
So the voice that says, no, don't do it, go on. Don't do it, go on. That I used to think was a pussy.
Yeah,
what? Go on for what? Go on for what?
Yeah.
I'm going to do this, man.
That one there's going mad.
Them voices.
That voice there is
them voices, yeah. They're your subconscious, right? Your limbic system and your frontal lobe. And it's just your personality. Yeah, it's your personality, right? So you're battling with your frontal lobe, which is your human, and then your limbic system, which is your chimp.
Yep.
So I refuse to be hijacked by my chimp. Do you understand? I'm going to be logical. I'm going to be informative, and I'm going to be expressionable in the most positive way possible.
Right.
And that's frontal lobe. So I don't care if people think I'm a mug.
You have to recognise red
people
flags.
Think I'm
you
weak.
have to recognise red flags.
Yeah. If you think I'm weak, come and put your hand in my face.
Exactly.
That's what I
Punch
say.
me in the face.
Yeah.
If you think I'm weak, punch me in my face. Simple.
Otherwise,
Call me
leave
what
me
you
alone.
like.
Otherwise,
I'll
leave
put your
me
hands
alone.
on me
Otherwise,
And
and
you'll
you
know
see me
what time
protect
it is.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
protect myself.
Otherwise, leave
Simple.
me alone.
Yeah.
People know I've been in the ring with some exceptional boxers. I've been in the ring with professional boxers. I've been in the ring with world
Pat's a good
champions.
boxer.
And they all speak highly
You
of
sparred
my
with Pat?
ability. No.
boxer.
I've sparred with current world champions now. So I'm saying people that are world champions, a couple of them have just lost their world champions, but I've sparred them. And I've moved around in a way where they've actually thought, wow, this geezer can fucking have it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So to me, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? So what was I talking about?
About being, we were talking about being...
The limbic system, right? So
yeah.
that voice that used to make me do all the badness was my limbic system. So what made me understand what I was listening to and what I was dealing with was Professor Steve Peters. Because I wouldn't have understood it, because I would have always listened to my chimp. Because the chimp is what you need to survive in the jungle. And when you're on the road, that's basically the jungle.
Yeah.
And that's your ego, that's your fear, that's your insecurities that you've got to overcome. So we can't be seen to be weak. We can't be seen to be scared. We can't be seen to be failures. So we have to be the opposite of all the above, right? And to do that, it doesn't matter because we've got to be seen to fit in. We've got to be seen to be respected. We've got to be seen to be heard. So whatever it takes in that environment to be all of the above is what we've done. And we've done it to the highest level and ended up with all the consequences.
Yeah.
So now what I say to the kids is, fuck them consequences. They're not worth it. Because every person that I know that has worked from school living £1 million house. Everyone I know that's had a job, business,
the legit
work,
way.
they've got a wicked yard. And now, because they all bought their houses in the early 80s, late 80s,
They ain't got to worry
early
about
90s,
prison. They ain't got to worry about going to prison.
They're worth millions. They're worth millions.
They ain't got to worry about that.
One of my pals lost £300 million last November, and then he got reduced to a couple of £1 million a year to live on.
Ouch.
And he's moaning. Do you know what I mean?
So what would you say to the ones that ain't worked from school though?
What do you mean?
Like the ones that ain't doing it the right way. So
Focus
now,
on
like the first,
right.
like, you know,
What I would advise everybody to do: learn about business, right? Learn about business,
invest.
learn about growth,
Try and
right?
turn
Learn about add value.
illegal to legal.
So what I've learned now is don't get involved in any business that you cannot add value to.
Right.
Okay? So anything you get involved in, you've got to add value to that. Once you can add value to that, it's going to be worth money. So once I would say I add value to what you're doing. And I'll say, I'll do that. See the value that I add to what you're doing, you think, wow, I'll never have it without him. So I'm entitled to 10% of that.
Exactly.
Right? I'm entitled to 10% because I'm adding value to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, then for that 10%, I'll do X, Y, Z. Sometimes, like the Dragons, they'll take 30%, 20%, 40%. Do you understand? Because they're adding value to a place where you won't get to. So what taught me about business was the football academy that I started. And I thought my partner was pulling my pants down and he was explaining to me about the growth and I never understood it. So the first couple of years we were worth a couple of $100,000. Now we're worth 4 to 7 million quid.
Oh, here we go.
Do you understand? And I'm like,
Let me a five of
and I'm like, it says on the look what it says on the thing here.
Let me a five of
this is how mad it is, right? Right? When you research how much I'm worth, let me see if I got this picture because I kept this picture. I couldn't believe it. Someone sent it me the other day. Said, "Do you know how much you're worth?" I said, "No." Right, but I'm not. Look, I haven't got this money.
Let me a tenner about five.
No, look, I'm skint because growth is only for the end of the day. Growth ain't for every day. Do you know what I mean? So this is what I'm doing. I'm building for my daughters and their kids and their kids.
Big
and I'm
up
putting the hard work
Marv's
in.
daughter. The
Oh,
reason
slow.
why you're not seeing me smoking in the week today. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I've just got to have my drink. You know what I mean? Big up the princess.
My little middle class chick.
Yeah, talk so much better than both of us.
Come on, man. And that's what I'm saying to you. It's just, where is it? I know I would have shot this last. Where is it?
Yeah, bro. The drug game. That's.
Yeah, look, here it is.
Oh, here we go. Is that how much? There.
Yeah.
Let me a 500 grand.
Have a look.
Let me a 500 grand. You're trying to style it. Have it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not worth that. I haven't got that.
Whatever,
That's what I'm worth with the companies, right?
Whatever, bro.
But
Let me a 200 quid.
But this is right. So watch this, right? So if I was to sell all my companies, yeah, that's what they'll be worth. But I've only got a percentage of the companies.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So,
And the maddest thing is that's bollocks for what you used to own.
yeah.
Do you get that?
Come on, man.
To normal people, that's like, wow. But let's be honest.
Yeah.
To you, that's like, okay.
It's
I'm just living legit now.
We're just living legit now.
Do you get what I'm
and
trying
this is
to
what
say?
I'm trying to say to the youngsters, right? So
Because Europe's a whole different
I've just
kettle of fish.
gone into this straight world exactly the same level that I was in the criminal world.
That was 11 million, by the way. Sorry. sorry. But I'm just saying. Do you know what I mean?
But the thing about it is, right, you only become who you become by what you do and how you grow, right? So now, basically, I'm a certain type of person. In that world, I was a certain type of person. So I can't come into this world and then start working in McDonald's. So you got to find out what it is you're good at, find out what your unique skill is, turn that into a business concept and grow. So what I was a facilitator, right? In the other world, I'd get you what you wanted. You wanted drugs, I'll get it. You wanted guns, I'll get it. You wanted jewelry, I'll get it. You wanted houses, cars, anything. We had anything you wanted, we get it. It's a phone call. right? So now I'm the same, but in the legit world. So I mean, so now I add value to people, and it costs a percentage.
Exactly.
So I want 2%, 4%, 5%, 10%, 15%. I don't want much. That's it. But I'll get involved. I'll link you up with this. Do you want, Marv, I want this link. Yeah. I'll link you up. There's a 15% introduction fee. Otherwise, I'm not giving you an introduction.
Yeah.
There's a 10% standing charge. I'm not getting involved otherwise. Do you know what I mean? I want an agreement that I want a consistent amount of this, or I want a consistent amount, and there's an agreement. So business is business, yeah, and you're protected in business. And it's, what do they call, sustained income? It's a sustainable income. You know what I mean? So I'm working on sustainable incomes, legitimate products,
Exactly.
yeah, and growth with the add value principle. So with them 4 things, you can't go wrong. Now, if you expect to become a billionaire and a millionaire just because you think you want it, then it's not going to happen. Yeah. So if you want to become a billionaire, you got to ask yourself how, with
and
what?
Is that possible
Yeah,
just by
possible.
selling drugs? No,
No,
I'm
not
saying
by
just
selling
by
drugs,
selling
no.
drugs,
No,
bro.
no,
So
but-
that's what I'm trying to push to these kids, because it's like
Every
obviously-
major drug dealer on this planet, right, that's living the highest life in the drug game, have to have legitimate businesses.
Of course.
Yeah, come on.
Have to.
Of course.
Otherwise, they can't survive.
Yeah.
Of course.
So what's the point in being involved in the illegitimate stuff?
Do you know what I mean?
Don't
But
make sense.
It gets to a point where they
My
just
pal's
stuck.
worth millions, never even been punched in the face. Never even had a fight. I even said to her, how? And I
What's
took
that
it,
family wealth for?
No, he made it. He made it.
he
He's
made
made
it.
it. He's made it.
Okay,
He's made it. And basically, I've took him on a couple of intervention programs around the country. I took him up to Liverpool, 25 hardened little nutters from Liverpool, yeah? And he come up and started speaking. They weren't
He
interested
got
in
my
him for a minute.
scars.
All of a sudden, I said, he's worth this much, worth that. And it was all ping, 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 ping.
Yeah, of
he done
course.
a little mindset trick on them and just grabbed them all.
Grabbed them, yeah.
Grabbed them all. Once he grabbed them all, and they was all listening, he took all their numbers and he
Yeah.
spoke to them. And if you come up with good ideas for businessmen, they will listen. Because it's business. So all I do, I search for great ideas now, great products in what people can do and what ideas they have, and then I bring that to market as a
Yeah.
percentage share owner.
Yeah.
And that's what I do now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I've found what I'm good at, and I'm building a business infrastructure for that, and I'm teaching, I've set up a mentoring program so I can teach other people how to become versions of me in the legitimate world.
That's
And
good,
that's
man.
what we got to do. We got to lead by example, and you got to bring them around you. Bring them, like even young Gotten. Yeah, I took him to the gym every day with me. Now he's one of the fittest people. He had a belly out there. He was unfit. He was doing all bits and pieces. Nah, he don't. He eats good food. Yeah, he's on job 100.
job.
And everybody else with him is on job because we've had situations
not
where we've
easy,
gone to the
though.
gym.
It's not easy to
No.
change.
But hard work. I see something yesterday. Hard work prevails, right? But hard work is what it is. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, it's not
Exactly.
easy. It's hard work.
Exactly.
Yeah. So hard work is what we need to focus on. Like I love hard work. For argument's sake, when I was on the road, and this is a fact, I was on the road, and within 10 months, and I remember it specifically in 2006, right? I had a brand new Golf, right? I put 78,000 miles on that car in 10 months, right? 78,000 miles on my car in 10 months. That's how much graft I was doing.
doing,
Do you
yeah.
understand? So I got to a level in the criminal world, not because I was just sitting there shotting food, it's because I was all around Europe. Do you know what I mean? I was driving, like even certain people. I drove to Spain. From Spain, I drove to Holland. From Holland, I drove back to Spain, then drove to Morocco. From Morocco, we went to Spain, to Holland, to Belgium. Do you know what I mean? And then back to London, and then back to Holland, and then back to Morocco. And we're driving. Like, we're driving, and it was just non-stop. Like, it takes 25 hours to drive to Spain, Marbella, if you have a stop and a little rest.
Cairo done that. Big up Cairo.
I've done it in 19 hours, though. I've done it in 19 hours, mate. Non-stop. All the way from 150.
Ian Lindsay mode.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is, and then Holland's the same, 6 to 8 hours, depending on how you're driving. Do you know what I mean? So it's,
Holland, we get there quicker than 6 to 8 hours, Marv. You're going mad.
yeah,
If
but
you
it
could
depends-
pick anywhere to
you're
live,
going
where
mad.
would it be?
Anywhere
Felixstowe, it takes
to
about
live.
45 minutes to Felixstowe, then through the tunnel. Then if you're with Ian Lindsay, it takes about 3.5 hours to get to
Ian,
Cam.
big up Ian.
Yeah, big up Ian. It takes about 3.5 hours to
Bugger. Where would I live? Honestly, now, Thailand.
Really?
Yeah.
Thailand,
would live in
all them
Thailand.
lady boys.
No, see. You got to
Thailand's
understand.
lovely.
Right.
Z's mum
No,
lives in
see,
Thailand.
it's not about the lady boys, right? It's not
I
about
ain't
the
been
lady
there.
boys.
I ain't
right?
been there.
See, what your perception of Thailand is different to what
I ain't
Thailand
been
is now. It's the mindset. So anywhere like Thailand, in Indonesia, all them sort of places, they've got a different mindset, right? So for them, medication is bad.
Right.
Okay.
Right? The real type of medication is bad. Now, you get the ladyboys because they do that for money. Right? That's what they do to create wealth for their families. Like, they do this stuff because it's the only way for them to make money. They're the drug dealers of our world, the ladyboys and all them sort of seedy lifestyle things. But the actual real Thai people, and the country itself, the principles and the way they live. Do you know what I mean? I like that. So if
their
I could live,
mindset and everything and their code. No, but
I'll tell you what surprised me though. I'll tell you what surprised me more than any other country I've been to.
I think she had a house out
Jamaica.
there.
I knew you was going to
come on.
Wow, seriously, mate. I never I was expecting.
Where's you in garden? Yeah, shower.
Yeah, come on, man. Shower, man. I was in garden. Look, right. I'll show you a little video. I never realised, how expensive it is to live in Jamaica. Right? So I used to think my pals were taking the piss out of me when they're asking me to do things for them. I'm like, fuck off, I've just done this, I've just done that. How the fuck? They're like, Marv. I said, bruv, how you mean you lot can live on this? You lot can... When I went over there, and the other thing that stuck out to me more than anything is how religious and how righteous they are over there.
Normal.
Do you know what I mean? They ain't, like, I expected, and I really did expect, like guns and violence everywhere, every day, all night. And I expected it. And I got to Tivoli Garden.
As the narrative was pushed in.
Yeah, I got to Tivoli Garden. I'm chatting to everyone. I'm like, wow, it's different here.
Yeah.
And I was walking about with the biggest kettle on over there. It wasn't like I could change lives with this kettle. And I never got moved. So I never got aggressive. No one tried. I stayed in.
Yeah, you
That's where
probably one of the
my
man them though,
family's
man.
from,
Yeah,
come on.
one order. So one order, you probably one of the
obviously
man them you gave me.
There is definitely parts though.
The
that,
man that would have corralled that still.
You
have to be, I'm saying, you have to know who you're with.
Yeah, definitely.
And garden, you get me?
Marv's recording in Tivoli, you know.
Remember, I'm small L and I'm oh my days.
Oh my days,
Man like D, Uncle D. What you say? Exactly, you
Come
do D in
on,
it.
come on,
That's what I'm saying.
come on.
Come on, you know these
That's what I'm
names.
saying to you, man. That's what I'm saying to you. It's deep. It's deep, man. It's deep. And that's what I'm saying to you. Come on. And we watch this, man. We had breakfast in there.
Big life.
I woke up in the morning. You know, I never realised, how lovely. This is when I woke up.
Yeah, come
That's what
on.
I'm saying. I
Look,
love
what's
going back
Tivoli
home,
Garden,
Dominica. Because the same
You was
island
eating
life,
some
innit?
good breakfast then.
Yeah, they cooked me.
Come
Watch.
on.
They
That's
cooked me.
every day.
Here it is.
That's
Look.
what in the morning. That's all you can hear.
There's my
When I finish
breakfast.
showing you his plate of food in the morning, come on.
Fresh fish. First thing in the
Come on,
morning.
that's what I'm saying.
I forgot
That's
lick
where my
macho.
people's
Come
from.
on, from Dominica, go lick macho man
Like,
and then man there.
Come on, man.
We eat some good fish.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. So I never realised what Jamaica was all
And
about.
they got the most churches in
I never realised.
out of any country or something like that.
So I've gone over there.
Oh, Jamaica,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah,
bigger
yeah.
than the
They got like the
Mad,
most
mate.
churches.
It's mad, like, and I really didn't realise how lovely Jamaicans were because, no disrespect, right? Every Jamaican I've had in England have they've portrayed Jamaica in a bad way.
Yeah.
They've portrayed Jamaicans in a bad way. Like, Jamaican people on a whole are righteous, good people that work hard. Do you know what I mean? They don't cut corners, but they've come here, and the ones that have come here,
on the
they
world
have
is
cut
crazy.
corners.
mental still.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, from my opinion,
they
what I see,
corners still.
Yeah.
what I see, what I see,
I
right?
know some good.
What I'm saying is, what I see and what I experienced
R.I.P.
was the total opposite of what I was led to believe for my whole entire life.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And whether I was with people or not, it's irrespective because I still left them and went on a walkabout. I went to Kingston on my own. I was wearing my kettle. I was standing in the shop and people were whispering and talking. And then like, "Yeah, England." I was like, yeah. Like, all right. They're just chatting. And then there was just conversations with people. Do you know what I'm saying? Just like, I never felt intimidated over there once. And I was over there night time. I was walking about, I was doing everything like the normal people do. I was going to the weed houses and buying weed. Do you know what I mean? Like,
The man then put something on your waist.
no, I didn't need that.
Okay.
No, I didn't need nothing. I never see one firearm there when I was there at all. Not one.
Yeah.
Not one. I promise you. And that's what I couldn't understand with people saying, why did fucking people... The only thing I did notice, was the ditches they rolled in the roads.
The potholes.
All the potholes, I was like, what the fuck's about with the roads? They said, no, it's just so people can't come in here. So I was like, why is it really like that? I said, well, they come try to drive up in here, man. They can't come in here. They got all these assault courses, isn't it? It's like an assault course.
You have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you can't just drive in there like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so I understand Jamaica. Like, I even went down to the wharf and all around there. Do you know what I'm saying? I walked about down. I was walking about down there. Like, I never felt intimidated down there. And I had the wrong perspective on Jamaica.
Right.
I went over there with my daughters. We went over there. Do you know what I'm saying? My daughters was over there. My missus was over there. Do you know what I'm saying? It was sick. And then we went to the Bahamas, went to Pig Island. Didn't we beautiful? They love Pig Island.
I would live on an island in the Bahamas in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. When I get enough money, I'm going to buy my own island for you. And I've said it on there, right? I've said it, that I'm going to buy you an island one day. And watch, I'm going to come back and say, I bought her the island.
Then it'd be Marbella, Spain. That's obvious because I was born there.
Oh, was you?
Yeah, bro. So, like, obviously, like, this episode, we're just going everywhere and everywhere. I'm just so happy Marv has come. You get me? And he's got so much wisdom to share because he's older than me. Obviously, sometimes I'll be talking like I'm wise and all that shit, yeah. But I ain't got half as much wisdom as Marv in the game, you know? So it's like, yeah, so that's why we're going here, there and everywhere. But as far as the drug game, yeah, it's like...
It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. And but, even I had a guy from France message me last night on Instagram, yeah? He messaged me last night. And he said, brother. Like, cause when they send me good messages, I thought I'll speak to him. So he video called me from... He said, yeah. You know what I like about you, my brother? I said, what's that? He said, for what? For what?
Fucking hell.
He said, my brother, for what? For what? And that's what I'm saying. I lived that life. I became that guy. For what?
You need to put a
yeah, for what? Do you know what I mean? So that's going to be my slogan.
Yeah,
for
you
what?
need to. Yeah,
we're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that. For what? That's the one for me now. Yeah, it's like we live that life. You go to prison. Like this is what I say to everyone, right?
For what?
You go to prison. You risk your liberty every single day of your life for a price you can't put your finger on. You're prepared to stab, shoot, and kill, and go to prison for 5 to 10 to 15 to life. Yeah, but look in the mirror and call yourself sensible. How? How does that make you sensible? How does that make you sensible? And then at the end of it, you're sitting in jail for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. For what?
For what?
For what? My guy, from Marseille as well, the baddest people in France, you know. Marseille, tell me about for what? And it's true, because that's what I said. I'm sitting here, done all this for what? For what? So everyone can say I'm a bad man. So everyone can say, oh, you're this guy. For what?
That's what it is, bruv. There's man all trip. There's certain man sitting down doing a big, long
Come on, man. They're not coming home.
And it's like,
they're not coming home. For what?
Do you get what I'm saying?
For what? So everyone can say he's a bad man. So everyone can say they're this, they're that.
And I'm just lucky that my things reach me like now.
Yeah, I was, mate.
It's taken you a whole extra 10 years.
Yeah, come on, but you know what? I needed the 10 years to become who I was, who I am. Otherwise, no one's going to listen. No one's going to pay attention.
If I did that 10 years, see me, I'll be doing a big long bird if I didn't do it now. That's how I feel, bro. Because even with my thing, I see them in the comments like, oh, I talk about your thing, Spray, and rare Chiefs. You get me? Chiefs, because no real bad boy wants me to talk about my thing. No. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They know what it is what it is. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, but it's like, I could have chose a different path. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I could be banging, I could be knocking man next door. I could easily go. Do you get what I'm saying? Realistically, I should have blew someone's head off. Like, you should have blew someone's head off. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, but it's like, man's groomed. I've groomed my whole ends. Yeah, let's have it right.
Come on, I've groomed my own family.
Forget Dachavelli, Safety's, like that's whatever. But I've groomed my whole ends. Yeah, boom, half the ends. Yeah, I've groomed enough youths. Yeah, to do badness. You get what I'm trying to say? Me and my brethren to do badness. So why can't I now groom them to do goodness?
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm grooming them.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Millionaires.
Because I know the karma thing. So can't I switch up my karma?
No, ask the question. Asking the question, putting doubt on your intention. You don't ask the question because we're gonna do this. I'm doing it.
It's not
by the time she's 16, I'm gonna have a billionaire out of this country. I can't. I mean, like, come on, like it's gonna be there. They're gonna say, "Well, how'd you get it?" And all I've said to them is this: when they get asked a question, how did you get it? All I want you to say is with Marvin Herbert's help. And that's all I need. That's the payment I want. I don't want a percentage of what you're doing. I don't want no
Because
money
my
from
whole
you.
thing,
Just let everybody
even
know in
with
time
this
that
podcast,
I helped you get it.
Even with this podcast, Marv, it's just to show like even like the youths and all that. Because we never had no one talking like this, and we've really done it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You've definitely done it.
Look,
You get what I'm
and I
saying?
would
Man's
never have walked
definitely
about with a
done it.
head like this back in the day. Do you know what I mean? But I'm shouting people now, it ain't about having a slick haircut like everyone.
But it's
Yeah,
like-
it ain't about what you look like. It's
Fam.
about what you do.
Fam,
You know what I mean?
like it's long, innit? So
It's
it's
long.
Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's like you've
you
been
wanna
at the
become
top
an
of it.
oxymoron.
You've been at the top of it.
I was an
and
oxymoron.
you're saying it's long. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm talking to local youths that might look and see the Instagram and see man with Gooch and this and that and think, oh yeah, I want to shot her. And even the youths that's thinking, oh, it's only a little bit of weed. Do you know what, bro? If you're shotting your little 2 in a queue or your little 4.5, you know there's man working in a normal job, making more money than you.
him.
And they don't even they don't risk going prison or nothing.
Look, I know
Do you get what I'm
headache.
trying to say? Do you get what I'm
I'll
trying to
tell
say?
you what,
bro?
my son, my son, he's an electrician, yeah, and he's sick. He's just about to buy his own house. He's renting. He's living in a lovely little house now with his missus. Do you know what I mean? He had a little wobble when he was 16, 17 years of age, and he went and done an apprenticeship, and he's been working ever since. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and he
I
was,
get it though, man.
He could have been anything he wanted. He could have been anything in that world. Do you know what I'm saying? He could have done anything. He could have got everything, but we chose not to go down that road. I mean, I chose not to engage with him as a young man. I chose not to let my kids see my badness. Do you know what I'm saying? They heard about my badness. Do you know what I mean? And when he first heard about my badness, he stopped talking to me. When I was in prison doing my first 5, I was doing Parkhurst. And I rang him up and said, I don't want to talk to you. Because they put me in the paper as being a hitman and all that, yeah? And he was like, I don't want to talk to you. You're a bad man. You're horrible. Because he went to a Catholic school. Do you know what I mean? So his perception of me changed. And then basically when he grew up through his young adolescence, he started being a bit naughty. And then a few things happened. So because of Kentish Town, like Queen's Crescent was having problems over Kilburn ways or West London ways. And they was having a bit of beef. So basically I had the beef because the people that I was having beef with was one of my pals' sons' group. So my pals rang up one day and said, Marv, young Connor and Dane are getting caught up, you know. I was like, why, what's that? He said, oh, it's going pear-shaped, mate. These lot are talking about going to get this, young going to get that, going to get this. He said, keep him out of the way. So I said, all right, sweet, lovely, nice one. So I've gone and took my son and put him up in Liverpool. And he was fuming, right? But while he was up in Liverpool, one of the people got ironed out and all his mates ended up getting lives, 15, 17. You know what I'm saying? So I've never wanted my son to be a villain because I don't want him to go through what I went through what I went through so I could give him a different life. He made the right choices with his life and he stayed away from it. But all of his pals that was on the road, yeah, he's the one now that's got his own house. He's the one who's going to be growing. He's the one who's going to be developing. He's going to have his own company in the next 4 to 5 years earning millions. You know what I'm saying? Because he isn't that bad man. He isn't the road member. Do you know what I'm saying? Because what I've learned now, and I'm going to do it, I've got a program I'm developing now, and I'm going to show the kids that if you work hard, for 6 to 8 years, you will have a decent home.
Because if
you work hard for 20 years, you'll have a mansion.
I get it.
It's
As
simple.
a youth, because remember I started shutting and all that, yeah. So I do get it. Don't get it twisted. I get it. Because not everyone, it's like with me, like, you don't want to put that pressure on your mum. Your mum's just going to think that's too expensive, that's mad, or whatever. So I get it. Like, you have to pay for your little things, but have patience. Life is about patience. And you learn that as you
Life's
get older.
Life's a marathon, innit? Life's a marathon.
Bro, as
ain't
you
a
get
sprint.
older, you learn that because, like you said, you got legit people. They had patience. They went and done all the legit things, and then
I like to call
eventually they got what they. Do you know what I mean?
I like to. This is what I do, right? What have you got to give me, young lady? How have you got to behave with what?
Good conduct and behaviour.
Correct conduct and correct behaviour. So whatever environment you're going into, as long as you have the correct conduct and the correct behaviour, you're going to achieve your goal. If you don't have the correct conduct and the correct behaviour, you're not going to achieve your goal. So I used to live without the correct conduct and behaviour. And that's why I went where I went. So I'm leading by example now, saying to people, look, people say to me, yeah, the geezer that shot me, yeah? How do you feel about that? I say, honestly, I'm glad he shot me. Yeah. People say, why? I said, because I wouldn't be where I am today if he never shot me. Don't you want to do him? I said, no. I did want to. When he first done it, I had visions of chopping his hands and his feet off and stabbing his eyes and leaving him.
Chopping
No,
everything
I didn't want to kill him.
Shooting him,
No,
kill.
I never.
Oh,
I planned,
cool.
what I planned to do, I said, right, do you know what I'm going to do to this cunt? I'm going to chop his feet off, I'm going to chop his hands off, and I'm going to past his eyes. So then he's got no hands, no feet, and no eyes. Who's going to want to do anything with him? What can he do? Where can he go? And that's how I'm going to leave this cunt. Because I helped him. I put him on his feet. I helped him. I've done things for him. And then he done this to me. So this is what I'm going to do to him. So then through my convalescence, I was planning to do all this and I was going to do it. I even moved to his own area. I moved to his area. When I come back to England, I moved to his plot, yeah. And then when I come back, I was like, what are you doing? And then my daughters, do you know what I mean? I'm thinking, if I do this easier, then I'm going to get nicked. I'm going to go back to prison. So I asked her one day how she'd feel if I went back to prison, and it made me cry. I thought, you know what, fuck this guy, he ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. He ain't worth it because I want my daughters to aspire to be better humans than me. I want them to achieve more than I ever did. And they can't do that if I'm in prison. So if I'm going to go and shoot this guy, which I can do, it's not a problem. I'm not scared. It's not like I'm not frightened. I can get, and I know I've got the network to go and get myself a couple of straps. I can even go and groom a couple of kids, give them a couple of quid and get them to go and play up on the kid. I can do that. But I choose not to. Why? Because the ripple effects and the consequences are far greater than the benefit. And the consequence that I will endure by them actions is my daughters will feel abandoned, neglected, and unloved. Why am I going to do that to my children?
Exactly.
Just because everyone else thinks I'm a pussy. No, I'm not a pussy. I'm not a pussy.
Got to stop living for other people's
And those are the same people that never come check you.
Come on, man. Listen, I'm not a pussy. Why am I not a pussy? Because I broke my leg for 18 months to walk.
Exactly.
Got to stop living for other people's
I got in the ring after 2.5 years and had a fight with a professional boxer. Yeah. And now I've worked every day since, and I put my daughters through boarding school. Exactly. And I work, and I'm skinned. I haven't got the money I used to have. Do you know what I mean? But my daughters are getting paid to go. They're going to school.
So many other ways.
Mate, when I walk into their school, and I speak to their teachers, when the mums, when I go to the Christmas do's and the festivals and the events, and they talk to me and they say, well, what do you do, Mr. Herbert? And I tell them what I do. They're like, that's amazing. That's really great. That's this. And I think, wow. And there's no better feeling than being consciously right and sort of legitimate. Like, I actually feel free. Like, my car's in my name. Do you know what I mean? I don't get stopped by the police. Do you know what I mean? Like, I live in a nice house. Do you know what I mean? I travel on holiday. My daughters travel business class. Do you know what I mean? Like, we save up.
What would you say to the youth that says, but if I don't shot, next man will?
Let him, innit? But what you got to say to him is
such a cliche.
So what you got to do, then what we got to do, I'm going to start doing these programs, right? Because no disrespect.
That's what I used to think.
Now, I was a bad man.
That's what I used to think.
I was a bad man.
If I don't do it, next man will.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's just shit, because what we got to show the kids is the consequence. So, right, you want to be a bad man? Okay, not a problem. What are you going to do when you go to prison? You're going to still be a bad man? Yeah. Okay, sweet. You need to bank shit in prison. So you need to rape your bottom. Right now, I'm going to say it because to be that guy in prison, you need to be that guy. Right. So I used to have to get so much drugs in prison; it was unreal. The biggest one of the parcels I used to get a 9 bar every time I went to court. That's 4 2.5 ounce quart lumps up my ass with a phone and some gear.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
bottom's wounded.
It's wounded.
Bottom's wounded.
Yeah, but I'm that guy in it, so I can't be in the jail. I
wish I could.
What?
I wish I could.
I got to be that guy in it. So what?
In there, like trying my hardest.
I just raped myself.
Not happening.
Because I had to be that guy. I had to be that guy. So what we got to show these kids is being that guy in prison. Not only are you going to go to prison, but you're not coming home. You're not coming home.
Or 9 to 5.
9 to 5 all day long. But
Reasons.
But the reasons why you go 9 to 5 is this: because you've got all the opportunity in the world to grow into becoming the best human being you can. You've got all the opportunity in the world to become as successful as you can. And you've got all the opportunity in the world to become as rich as you can.
You don't even need to be, it doesn't necessarily need to be 9 to 5 actually. Entrepreneur,
no, it's just business. Legal. I'd advise my people, my youngsters, and every youngster on the road, right? Because when I say my people, I'm on about the kids on the road. Yeah. Right? They're my people, right? Because I'm that mindset, right?
So I think they have to get their mind right.
Right, they have to create businesses. It's not about working per se. Yeah, it's not about getting a trade and working. It's about learning how to build companies, businesses, because that's what we are. We're businessmen, right? We're businessmen. That's what we are, but we're using the wrong product. Like, how the fuck can you earn all this money on the road from nothing? You wake up in the morning and say, how am I going to get some money? Yeah, you're driving a 50 grand car, bruv. You got a 60 grand kettle on, bruv. But yet you're wasting all your opportunities chasing dead dough. Working with dead people that are going to shot you, put you in prison and grass you off. Or even grass you up. Like, it's just no win. So
my whole thing is just if you're doing that, make sure you do it for a reason.
Look,
to turn it legit.
watch this. I was in it for 40 years. Right? For nothing. I come out of that world with nothing. Right? And I could have come out with money.
Bruv, you just showed me the phone. That wasn't nothing.
Yeah, no, but that's been built in 5 years. That's 5 years.
Allegedly.
But that's 5 years. No, that's 5 years. That's 5 years.
No.
But that's 5 years of hard work, what they've estimated I'm worth on the internet. But I don't think I'm worth anything near that, right? But that's what they're saying I'm worth on the internet.
Live the good life.
Right.
Live the good life, bruv. See, there's different, don't get me wrong, there's pros and cons. That's what I'm trying to say, but...
No, there's all cons,
the cons
man.
is just so... The cons you could end up... You know what I mean?
Now, the pros only happen for 2% of the criminal fraternity.
Yeah.
That's the pros.
You got to be lucky.
No. Watch this, right? I was one of the best earners in this country. I know that. Right? I was one of the best earners in my manor. Well, I was one of the best earners in my manor. There weren't no one that earned more money than me. And there ain't no one that can come in our company and say they could buy me. I used to buy everybody. I used to buy clubs, champagne, I used to go out and just buy everybody everything. Even when these lot would come in my bayer, I'm getting left with fucking 15, 20 grand bills, 5 grand bills, 8 grand bills. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Because everyone's drinking, getting lagging. It's like, raw, we're slip. And they're just all slipping off one at a time. And then I'll get the phone call from the club and say, Marv, you know, that bill ain't been paid. I say, oh, you're joking. How much is it? I go, all right, sweet. And I'll make a phone call in the morning, and they've all gone. I'll be like, they're little shitbags, you know what I mean? So then it got to a stage where...
Swears.
Yeah. I got to a stage where one year I got them all in the group, and I said, no, you lot are taking a piss now. Now, this year, this ain't going to happen. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. So I just got the up and getting left with all the bills. But it was my fault because I'll give it the big un. I give it the big un, yeah? Come, don't worry about name. I got you, come. And then I'm moaning because, really, it's the same principle as giving a young kid a parcel of grub. You know his skin. You know his skin. Why are you giving this kid a parcel when you know his skin? Because he's going to owe you money. Right, so I'm telling people, come to the Millionaire Playground. But I know they ain't got my money. Not all of them. Some of them might have some. And then they bring people with them that have it.
Big up Punch. He gave me Punch's money was straight that year still. Punch's was about the only one whose money was straight. But big up Punch.
Crazy, mate. Crazy. So that world there, yeah, is just... Even at the highest level, you're chasing your tail.
Aaron Lennon and them... sprayed you up with fucking... Christelle.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get that video as well. I'm dying to get that video because that was one of the best days over there as it happens. We had a good weekend that weekend.
Fucking Marbs, that was before it got all blacked out and all that.
Yeah, that was the
good old now,
days.
man. Bloody hell. You lot killing all the playgrounds, man.
No, what it is, it's the same thing. It's ego. People pretending to have wealth.
Yeah.
Right?
And the people that actually live there are fucking laughing.
Yeah.
Bruv, I know people that live in the Bayern. They're laughing.
Even my Bayern, yeah. Even the clubs. The clubs turn over £1 million a month. £1 million a month because everyone's giving it the big one. Do you know what I mean? They're laughing. And then the clubs are going off the hook, bruv. Off the hook. Shit food, shit graft, shit everything getting sold in all nightclubs. But because people are so sustainable people. It's this sustained amount of people, consistent. And they all need a drink, they all need a drug. Like they're selling bottles of drink they buy for £300 for £2,000, £4,000. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on. And that's the madness. But the beauty of it, I'm going to let you into a secret. Right? Why I could afford all them bills is I only had to return the bottles. So everyone thinks I'm paying all these mad bills, but then I'll just give you the bottles,
Getting shot.
Right, I'll return the bottles. So the bottles, what they're getting for £1,800, I'll just return the 400 quid. Do you know what I mean? Or return the bottles. And everyone was happy with that. Do you know what I mean? So because I always paid a little bit extra, I was loud. And like everyone's thinking, big bill, but I only had to return the bottle. So I'll put it out there now. I weren't really that big with the Reddies, I was just returning the bottles.
It was good stuff, man. It was good
but
stuff.
Still having a link like that. It's still good having a link like that. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And then the good people, I used to get them doubled up. So wherever you buy, I'll get you another bottle. I mean, relax. And then if they slip, then I have to pay the things. But yeah, it's just, that world is just not worth it. And if you spent 40 years building companies, you'd be a billionaire. Do you understand? Like, if you spend 5 years building a company to put on the stock market, you'd be worth hundreds of millions. You've got to find the right product, the right niche, and the right audience. And that's it, you're gone clear. Now, everybody's running around trying to sell drugs, right? To no more than 200,000 people in their environment.
Yeah.
Right? Why not get a product where you can sell to the 6 million people in your environment, or the 4 million people, or the 2 million people? Do you understand? Like, you earn more money selling washing up liquid, Comfort Lenore, stuff like that. Because you can buy it cheaper than the supermarkets. Yeah. And as long as you put that hard work in, you're going to earn it.
Right. That's our summary. Yeah. That's our summary of the drug game. Because this is like, you won't get bigger than that, yeah? You won't get bigger than my...
No, there is bigger than me, but not from where we're from.
No, not from where from.
Yeah.
Right, for what everyone's trying to do.
For the next level, that's what I want to go to.
Trying to do, yeah? So, this is him saying that, yeah? All right, cool. Allow that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Obviously, me, personally, my opinion would be, if you are doing that, just make sure you get into legitimate stuff and leave that stuff behind. I know it might be hard or whatever, but just
no, it's not hard. It's not...
Leave it behind. Just leave it behind.
Listen, right.
It's very hard.
It's not, man. You gotta stop saying no. Listen.
I can imagine.
No. Because
even with me, when I'm having a good run, I'll think, ooh. But even with the whole music thing, sometimes music got put to the back bench if I'm having a good run. Yeah. The only thing with me,
is your ego,
I learned things, Marv. I learned things.
It's your
like
ego,
friendship and all that. You think people are doing things like, oh, they're trying to help you and all that. No. I had little madnesses where I'm doing things for people, whatever. Then I might have owed a little £8 or £5, something petters. Then my pal will phone me from Amsterdam like, yo, bro, like, you alright? Why? What's up? Oh, man is saying that you owe money for 2 bits and all that. So man will put my name on like 2 bits. But I thought you was my pal. Yeah. I only owe a little £8 because some little cunt owes me a little £8.
So what I'm saying to you,
do you get what I'm saying, Marv?
That's the juggling.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the juggling.
No, I'm saying
I just said it earlier. That's what they do. That's what they do.
Little cunts run off, not even run off, but he owes a little £8. I owe £8, whatever, that's pittance. You've gone as my pal and put my name on 2 bits.
Yeah. He looks like a sensible member.
Right, it's slipping.
I mean,
but you would never think that would get back to me.
No, because they don't.
I'm just connected enough for a man to phone me and like, yo, bro, your name's on a couple bits over here, you alright? And I'm thinking, raw. So I had to just jump out of that. Yeah. You know what?
That's all it is. Let
me jump out of that. Let me just stick to this. Do you get what I'm saying? Let me jump out of that.
It's the same thing. The same principle as this, yeah? It's the same principle of paying a fruit machine for the first time. When you pay a fruit machine for the first time and you win the jackpot, you think you're always going to win the jackpot. Yeah? So then you become a gambler. And then it's the worst illness in the world to have as a gambler, right? Drugs is the same thing. Now, when you're a young kid and you're buying all the chicken food shop, you're buying the trainers, you're buying the jeans, you're buying the clobber, that's all you need. You don't need to buy a house. You don't need to pay for your kids to go to school. You don't need to pay rent, mortgages. You don't need to pay that because you're young. And by the time you have to pay all that, you've shot all your opportunities to become sustainable because no one wants to work with you because you're a criminal.
One more thing.
All you have is that trap. That's it.
One more thing I've got to say.
Let me finish. Rather than get into that trap.
I don't want to get beaten up.
Rather to get into that trap, yeah? What you got to focus on is this, right? Business. Right? Now, if you focus on business for a couple of years, you'll be making money. Right? Now, every person I've got off the road, right? Young Ambush made a song the other day. He used to have a dream about 1M. Now 1M ain't enough, he needs 10 M's. Yeah? Right. Now what I'm saying to you is, it's growth. Right? Now, everyone I've got off the road is turning over an exceptional amount of money. They're comfortable, they're nice, they've got nice houses, nice cars, their families have got their bits. They're going in Rolex, they're going in Cartier, they're going in Dolce & Gabbana, they're going in Gucci, they're going in Louis Vuitton. Buying it with a card. Legit. They're not worried about it.
I've seen man, like my brethren in fucking, big up Waleed, but I've been in dances in bloody Dubai, yeah? This is when it was popping, Club White and all that, yeah?
Yeah, come on.
And like the bills come, it's like 25 quid or something, yeah? And we're all like, remember, 25 quid, it sounds mad as a bill, but when you got like 25 man there, that's a minor. That's supposed to be nothing. Yeah. Everyone puts in but you know how it goes, yeah? Everyone puts in a bag or whatever. Then you get my brethren from like Dubai, it's like, oh, it's all right because he's drunk in it or whatever. It's all right, like,
that's it, done.
25 quid.
Gone.
We're gone.
Yeah.
Really? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Man, I've seen people buy 120 grand
it's
round.
Different. It's different.
Yeah?
It's different.
120,000 pound round, bro.
It's different. It's different.
The Cristal round. Yeah, the bottles of Cristal, they do it in Ocean Club and all that.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? When you see them come out, it's 100 grand a thing, the bottles, you know what I'm saying?
Big up Lineker.
Like 5-10 grand a bottle. Do you know what I'm saying? They just ramp them up and the people come out 10 bottles and they just spray them. Because a lot of the Moroccans and the Algerians in Marbella don't actually drink. Do you know what I mean? The proper, like, the Arab kind of people that come over there in the summer, they don't drink. They just spray for fun. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you see this kind of money, and these are legit people with businesses. So I've adopted that mindset over the last few years. Because I don't want to be a road member no more. Because the road don't get you nowhere. And you got to ask the question, what for? What is it all about? For what? What are you doing it for? What is it all about? Like, there's no point to it. Do you know what I mean? To get to 40 years of age and have nothing but headache, drama, and the risk of going to prison, what the fuck you been grafting for?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? 40 odd years of age, I'm in strange ways. On 4 murders.
I've done one day in
Come on, man.
ways.
Why? For what?
But flipping,
So
bro.
good,
One
man.
more thing I got to say about that is with the drug game is that obviously you got all the cats. We call them cats, nitties or whatever. Just try and keep in mind that these people have reached to that state of mind because, like, you know,
40% of them used to be the people that they
for a
are.
reason. Yeah, of course.
Most of the nitties,
it's escaping.
used to sell grub.
It's escaping, you know, like it's escaping, and it's like, you know, from our time, obviously rude boy era or whatever, man used to bun food or whatever. People think it sounds mad now, like in this day and age, they wouldn't think space to bun food or whatever. But yeah, man used to bun food, you know, because it was a rude boy thing back then, and I used to look up to them sort of people. I remember the first man to draw me in a crack spliff at the back of the bus. I'm not even gonna say your name, but you know your name. You get me? But yeah, flip him. He drew us on a crack spliff at the back of the bus, and I was probably about bloody 16, 15. You get what I'm saying? So, but anyway, just bear in mind, a lot of these people, they didn't wish this upon themselves. No. So,
the nitties.
Yeah,
they don't wish on themselves. It's just dealing with their trauma.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Everyone's had trauma, man.
Keep that in mind. So we've got to bring this to a close. But the current affairs, there ain't really been no current affairs apart from the COVID thing. And bro, I've been clocking. Everyone's been catching COVID lately. I might even have it. You might even have it, but. Me personally,
I've had my test.
I just still think. Tested?
I just still think it's just a flu, bro.
Right.
This is flu season.
I've got an opinion on it.
Go on.
Right? So basically, what I believe, like, a lot of people don't realise what the ozone layer is, right? So what the ozone layer does, it protects our planet.
Right.
Right. So when a foreign object comes within our environment, like in our planet, in our atmosphere, the ozone releases bacteria to kill the foreign bacteria. Right. So because we're going into a new 5G, right, and basically it's getting emitted, ozone thinks it's a bacteria that has to kill it. So it's releasing all this bacteria to kill the foreign element. Right. So if you've got underlying health issues, that bacteria that's coming in is going to affect you. So if you're on a bad diet and you've got underlying health issues, then COVID's going to be coming for you. COVID ain't coming for the healthy people. Do you know what I mean? If you're on an alkaline diet, in the gym, training, you ain't getting COVID. And if you do get it, it won't affect you because your immune system is going to be strong enough to fight it off.
It's all a load of bullshit.
But it's not. It's what it is. People don't realise is the world's going through a pandemic because of technology.
Trust
right?
me.
So the technology that we have is messing up the way we think, the way we live, the way we breathe, the way we eat, right? Even all this the farming, the agriculture stuff, right? They're killing off animals. Like we're getting. I think we're losing 30% of our natural insects every year because of farming, because of the pesticides. So they're spraying all these pesticides, the chemtrails, to protect the products that are growing so we can buy it in the supermarkets. So all the natural resources and nutrients we need is getting taken out of our food.
Yeah.
Right? So
a lot of people can't even eat dairy anymore. It makes them sick.
I don't eat dairy.
Yeah, it's dairy, red meat, all of that.
Yeah, I don't eat none of it. I haven't had none of it since I got shot. And look, I'm 49 on Saturday. Do you know what I mean? And I ain't never had a shave. Next time I come on, I'll have a haircut and a shave. In a year's time, I'll have a haircut. So I'm going to let my hair grow for a year.
Look it.
And then I'll come back looking sharp as you like. 50 years of age, I want to look sick at 50.
Come on.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, Marv, man. We got to come to the end of this, man. But we got the competition and all that, man.
Candy.
Yeah, we got the competition and all that. So we're just gonna get into the competition. Not a lot of people entered. A few people. Not a lot of people with big heads. I think Deluxe might have entered this one. But yeah.
What's the competition?
The question. No, I done a competition last time for one snapback, but I think the question was what was track number 7, and it was like still move work. But yeah, I always let the guest pick the winner. So
I didn't even know about this, so this ain't a setup. Nah. Just one bit of paper, yeah?
Yeah.
So, see? Put my glasses on, getting older and that. Jamal, 186.
Z Jamal 186.
186, yeah.
Okay, this episode's competition is, the question is, what track is track number 10 on Hard to Kill Volume 1? One of my favourite projects. But yeah, what is track number 10 on Hard to Kill Volume 1? And you win yourself a t-shirt. Yeah, make sure you follow at RTM Podcast Show and at RTM Clothing Original and DM your answer. The competition, I just want to big up Trapper Candy as well. He gave us some sweets and all
Trapper
that.
Candy.
I was looking forward to this, actually.
Obviously we're supposed to, but yeah, that's Trapper Candy stuff. We're going to put that out.
Have they got any vegan sweets in there?
Listen, they've got no vegan sweets, but your daughter's going to have she's going to have to watch Daddy. She's going to have to hide these from Daddy. But yeah, big up Trapper Candy.
Hershey's.
I want a sweet.
Huh?
I want one of them.
Obviously. Yeah. So big up Trapper Candy. Oh yeah, the comment. The winner of the comment. I forgot the last comment. The winner of the last comment in the bouncer issue. So if I'm gonna tell you the winner of that now, that was RTM00S, and his comment was, to be honest, the only podcast I can watch whole. 53 people like that. So that was the bouncer issue. So RTM20S, can you follow RTM Podcast Show and RTM Clothing Original and send your details? We'll get a shirt sent to you. And the winner of this episode, I was just trying to find it now, the cheeky cunt. Hold on.
What a way to speak to your guests.
No, I know, but brother, it was funny though. It made me laugh. Oh yeah, that's it. Officer Frank Tenpenny. Obviously, you're not an officer, otherwise you wouldn't get that. But Officer Frank Tenpenny, there's a shirt for you, because he says, Lady Fury breathes. And then Spray says, forget all of that. I find that funny still, you know? Like, he's basically saying, because, bruv, I was getting it off the last show. They was like, let her talk. That's why I needed you here, because you're just going to talk, innit? You get what I'm trying to say? You're not going to let me chat shit or cut you and all that. But they were getting on to me. Like, bruv, let your guest talk, da-da-da-da-da. They're not realising she's my cousin. And I'm just knowing she's extremely long-winded. And I just thought podcast, I don't know about podcasts, so I just thought I need to get it in between an hour and a half, and I need to get it to a certain amount of time.
Yeah, but do you know
I
what?
didn't understand, bro.
What you can do as well, yeah?
It was a car crash.
If it rolls over, you can do a part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Bro, do a
that's
2
cool.
beat continued.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
That's
That's what they said. That's what they said. But it's like, I didn't even know. But it's like, whatever. They were just going mad. Like, yeah. It's like they like to see the car crash, innit? Because, do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm learning as I go along. This is a learning process to me. So, like, the last one was a car crash, safe. You get what I'm saying? I didn't let her talk. She cried, and I didn't know how to comfort her, but she's my cousin. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Even when Wes said he was going to hang himself, I started laughing. I don't know what, do you get what I'm saying?
We got nervous laughs here. Definitely.
I'm mental.
I think we all do that, though.
I don't know how to move. I don't know how to move when madness is going on.
Serious.
Do you get what I'm saying? She's my cousin, innit? So I'm not thinking, give her a hug or nothing. She's crying. I think, okay. Like, I don't know how to deal with it. So it's like, all right, big up Coel. I spoke to her today. She said, yeah, cuz, good luck and whatever. But you lot just didn't realise my cousin, that's all it was. I hope you enjoyed today. You get what I'm saying? Obviously, Marv.
Come on, man.
Okay, man.
Thanks
Gave us
for coming
all
on.
the gems.
Like, yeah, definitely.
You get what I'm trying to say? And just saved me today. I didn't have to say one word really. I probably spoke for about 5 minutes. So allow me today. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Allow me today. Yeah, please. Yeah, big episode.
Definitely.
Yeah, big up Princess. Did you enjoy the show? Yes, Daddy spoke well today. Nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the
Come
truth,
on.
Make
man.
sure you check out his podcast as well and
Nothing but the
subscribe to
truth.
that. Marvin Herbert.
Marvin Herbert, yeah.
Yeah,
Herbert.Marvin on Instagram.
Yeah.
Marvin Herbert on Facebook.
Big.
And we're proper legit now,
Big.
so it's
Big,
do you know what I mean, it's
big.
all good.
That's
It's all good. Everything's legit now. So
Big.
I've got no fears of the police. Got no fears of doing it. One thing I do. People ring me up and ask me for, can I get this number? Can I get this person? I won't engage in passing phone numbers, messages onto anybody. I'm not in that game no more. I do not want to get involved or help anybody in the criminal aspect of life whatsoever.
All right, cool. I'll chat to you off camera, see if I can. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Safe. You know what I'm saying? I might have to jump back. I'm joking.
I fell out. One of my pals.
Bro, I
you
need
know?
some pee, but cool.
One of my
You
pals
know
phoned me
what
up and said, Marv, I'm struggling. Give me such his number.
Yeah.
I said, I can't do that, you know. He said, why? I said, bro, I can't do that. I'm legit now. He said, you fucking mug. What do you mean? What you think
Can't
of me?
believe
And
it.
I was like, wow. I said, don't do that to me, man. That's a criminal conspiracy. I'm on
Yeah,
a different
come
journey.
on.
Not
He said,
interested.
what? When you're broke, yeah? Don't even bother ring me, you mug. And put the phone down. I thought, wow.
Marv,
I mean, I can't
I'll
do
be
it.
honest with you, yeah? You're one of the reasons why I even thought, all right, I'm going to change, man. Because if this maniac can change,
Come on, man.
I'm just going to change.
And that's the
Change.
narrative we
And no
got
one
to do,
can't
innit?
tell me nothing. And it's the same thing. And we have to understand everything is impact as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, since we started this podcast, don't get it twisted. Obviously, them other guys, they were doing their podcasts or whatever.
When you carry
That,
influence, you carry
funny
influence.
funny shape, fruit, whatever. That funny shape, head shape like mango. I got the best co-host anyway, yeah. So anyway, boom now. From we started doing podcasts, we see everyone doing podcasts and all that because we're rude boys. Not like that, but it's like when the other guys was doing it, it's like, all right, cool, you're doing it safe, yeah. But it's like when real people start doing it, it's like it's cool because I'm having man phoning me like, yeah, even oh shit, how can I forget the book, yeah? See, I got every episode I tell them to go and read a book, yeah. And I've noticed that ZZ Mills, yeah, all of a sudden you start telling people to go and read a book, yeah. But big up you get what I'm saying? Because impact and influence, yeah. But yeah, this episode is Street Girl, yeah. Check out ZZ's book that she's telling you to go and watch as well. You get them all of a sudden. But yeah, boom, big up ZZ. But yeah, flipping
Street Girl.
Street
But I'll tell you another
I know.
book though. Another book, yeah.
Wait,
Chimp
don't forget
Paradox.
your other book. Forget your other book for a sec. This is the book. This episode, Street Girl. It looks like it's made. It looks like you might have made it in school, but it's mad. But it's a very good book. You get me? Street Girl.
Author.
This is by I'm getting to that. This is by Nicola Whitaker and Tim Pritchard. Tim Pritchard is the one that made Streetwear. But yeah, about the book, this is a true story about a young black girl in southwest London, raised by a single mother and older sibling, who unfortunately became a product of her environment. This is a heartfelt description of how she became a young offender or how her street life caught up with her in the end. This book explores many social issues from drug abuse, sexual assault, single parenting, child exploitation, gang culture, and life as it is in the hood. Tim Pritchard, the author of Streetboy, took interest in Nicola Whitaker, and together they decided to write about her life change due to gang life. Nicola wants her story to be heard in order to spread awareness for young girls and boys who have made negative lifestyle choices or those who are thinking about doing so. She shares the truth and harsh realities about the street firsthand, and readers will be made fully aware of her repercussions and consequences that came along with street life. Although this book aims to highlight the truth about the lifestyle and the negativity it brings, it is in no way used to glamorize or encourage gang-related activity. Nicola hopes that this will ultimately inspire young people and others to make positive, informed decisions. Despite the fact that this street girl experienced life on the road and became a young offender, she was able to turn her life around and is currently in her last year of completing a BA honours degree at Goldsmith University. In applied social science, community development and youth work. Nikila is now a committed, empowered original and runs her own mentoring company and advocacy service offering direct one-to-one support for young people at risk. So big up Nikila.
Yeah,
you know, she's like one of us.
Yeah, that's what I'm going, man.
Street girl, you know. Make sure you check out that book, you know. Check this out as well, Zizi. You know what I mean? Maybe even show the people them to read this one. You see me?
Marvin, I can see that's where you're going to be heading next. Like,
Well,
you definitely need to do your own film, your own movie, your own
It's
book.
all coming. It's all coming because it's about about empowering the youngsters, right? But leading by example. So I made it at the top of the ladder in the other world and amounted to nothing. Now I've come into this legitimate world and I'm becoming somebody. I'm actually feeling like my daughters are proud of me. Like it's like my oldest kids are not as proud as me as my youngest kids, and there's nothing worse than your kids not being proud of you. Do you know what I mean? Like it's sick, right? That I can actually walk with my head held high into a boarding school environment with the richest people in this country and feel equal. Do you know what I mean? Coming from where I come from, and I don't feel no less than none of them.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? I feel equal, and it's not about finances.
Well, I'm glad you never cried, you know. I thought I was going to do another one of the mad ones where they say, Spray, you're so insensitive.
No, Joe, it's just...
Yeah, I know,
Like,
it's the emotion. It's just the emotion. It's the emotion, bro. It's like...
Everyone wants your kids to worship you, yeah? And the fact that I know my eldest kids don't, it fucking hurts.
But
you know I mean, they say they do, but you know...
You learn.
But I'm learning. So now I'm trying to empower the youngsters, not to get caught up in the trap, because the ones they do affect more than anything are the ones they love the most.
Right.
And once that's gone, the abandonment issues, the neglect issues, and then the bad issues end up with their kids. And then you've got to live with the consequences of that. Do you know what I mean? And because I've made all the mistakes, I've made the transition, and I'm on this journey. Now it's about empowering the youngsters by making the right choices and just work hard. Do you know what I mean? And work hard and play nice. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's good. It's all you can't go wrong. And what I'm going to do, because of where I'm going and what I'm doing, I'm setting me mentoring, I'm setting me training, I'm setting up my work programs. And then in 10, 20 years' time, I'm going to be able to show the rewards with my daughter's achievements and all the people around me that I've helped. And that's what I'm heading for, you know what I'm saying, Joe? And it's
I even forgot I even got your shirt.
Yeah, and a blue one,
definitely realer than
Come on.
Daddy's definitely realer than most.
Come on.
Yeah, forgot. Put him a realer than most shirt.
Come on.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, thanks.
Realer than most.
Bloody hell. Marv, I appreciate it so much, bro.
Come on, man.
Appreciate it so much.
All day long, man.
Everyone
All day
chatting
long.
shit.
100%.
Understand this is Uncle's bridging. Big up, Mark. Free everyone. Free everyone. But love
Free
for
them
that,
quick
man.
and get them all on the same platform.
Of course.
Come on, man.
And we just,
Come
this
on.
is dead. We just all need to just come together and teach the youths, because it's like we said, we've groomed so many youths into badness, then we groom some youths into goodness.
That's it, man.
So it's like, that's all we're trying to do. So I respect you for that, Marv.
Come on.
Because you make it easier for someone like me. You get
You
what
got,
I'm
man,
trying to
that's
say? Thinking like, right,
and
what's
then you
Spray-
make it easier for
how's
someone
Spray
like
doing?
that.
Exactly.
You get what I'm trying to say? How's Spray doing that? But it's like, what do you mean? Marv's doing that.
That's how it
You get
is.
what I'm trying to say?
And I've had it with my
You get what I'm saying? So
pals.
it's
Do you know
like-
what I'm saying? It's like, how can they live like that? And I'm doing this. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And
It's
that's
the
why
begin-
we've got to
yeah.
lead by
It's the
example.
beginning
And we're
of the
doing
year,
it, of course.
and
Of
everything
course.
can hopefully, like, this episode can inspire.
No, it will.
Happy
And what
New
is-
Year to everyone.
Happy New Year. And at the end of the year, we'll come back to show our success for the year. Do you know what I'm saying, Chum? We'll say, this is what we've earned in the year. This is what we've done in the year.
I'm making 11 mil this year.
No, what I'm saying, we're estimating to be worth.
I've already done my vision board, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Come on.
make sure you
I've
follow
already done my vision
Queen
board.
Icecream at
Queen
Ice
Icecream.
Cream, the
Come
poster
on.
girl. big_bad_spray, young Spray.
Herbert.Marvin.
Herbert.Marvin.
On
Make sure you
Instagram,
follow him.
Marvin Herbert.
Marvin
On Facebook, Marvin Herbert on YouTube.
Seriously, you need to check him out.
Definitely.
And he's a big inspiration to me. So yeah, make sure you lot check that out. The most.
Very love.
You know.
Very love.